Wow, Riley, I'm honestly shocked that you would just admit to your involvement to the overthrow of the Guatemalan government in the 1954. It's honestly, I can't say I'm all that surprised, but I am a little bit disappointed. We all expected a little better of you.
When Herbert Hoover tells you to do something, you don't just say no.
I mean, I've never been in this situation because I'm not like regular friends with Herbert Hoover, but I guess, or J. Edgar Hoover, who, whatever
yeah, whichever one was head of the FBI, the cross-dressing one, J. Edgar.
Yeah,
or not FBI, CIA, anything, whatever.
Well, also he was not. I think it was your boy Dulles. You know, your best friend Alan, friend Alan Dulles. Everyone knows this about you.
Oh my god, yeah. Sorry, I've got so part of my trouble here is I've been out of it the past week because I've been getting pumped full of ketamine every other day.
Happens to the best of us. Happens all the time.
Happens to the best of us.
Hey everybody. I couldn't think of a way to introduce the stream, so I just decided to accuse my friend Riley of a historical crime against humanity, which she absolutely did do.
Great post, guys.
I did it all for United.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Okay, what can I say?
This was all for bananas, everybody.
I am loyal to
you had a banana today, and you know about the overthrow of the Guatemalan government? Well, you better fucking thank Riley here for that shit. That's worth the cost.
Yes, that's the price of your freedom. I'm defending your freedom to have the banana released.
I'm gonna.
Great job. We don't know any Guatemalans.
Fucking, I'm next bidding us out of this shit. I don't like this.
Thank you, Mortis. I forgot how fucking long that is. I really need to make that higher than 500.
South America.
Sorry, Mortis just played the entirety of Genghis Kangas. Oh shit! Oh holy fuck! Thanks guys. Thanks for that, Vel and Agony and Jay for popping the sex train before the stream even starts. Speaking of the stream starting, it's time for that to start. So we're back at the fucking dungeon again. I'm just gonna give it to File to make the I'm gonna say 3 more tries before I go try to do something else. I have another boss I could go fight. There are other dungeons I could go back and do to grind for materials and blood gems that will make me stronger. So go ahead. Thanks for starting the hype train. If you guys want to gift subs to help the train, those will help go to the Resident Evil Lore stream that I'll do eventually, if that ever happens. It would make me very, very happy. I'm really looking forward to doing this project. It's also the start of the month. So brand new pay period, everybody. Let's yeah, it'll be great. Or do that.
I love how we don't even need, none of us need to hear the stream.
Yeah, so I was on Spitzy Speaks JP's Twitch channel, or as I just like to call her, Spitzy, because she's not just some channel I know, she's like my friend. And I haven't guessed it on a stream in a little while. I haven't just been shotgun for somebody for a whole 3-hour stream. But I gotta say, hearing her just pause for her sound alerts to play and me not hearing them is so funny. And it's for the most part, you guys don't really know what's going on when someone pops a Genghis Kongus or a General Kenobi. But that one you can always hear the sharp inhale. Hear the voice tremble a little bit. Oh shit! Hold up! Hang on, everybody. Go ahead. Shh. Run. Let's fucking go! Yeah!
We can just gently hear your chair squeaking.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that, Mortis. Thanks for putting us to level 2. Man, I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard that one in a minute. I'm so glad I put that in.
It is fun how there is just a make streamer moan button.
Well, yeah, run by AWOL Nation. It's run by AWOL Nation, obviously.
Oh, there's 2 now. That's good.
Eh. Slap his bald head. Bless you. Somebody next bit my chat. I did not like that sentence.
Bloodborne is pretty.
So, Riley, have you been on for any Bloodborne? I actually don't remember if you've been on.
I think
you were here for a little bit at the end of one of these, not enough to really absorb what's happening.
I was the one that you were playing the ESX Bloodborne.
You definitely saw that. I know you were there for that one.
Yeah.
So the area I'm in right now, you know how in Eldritch Horror Fiction and Lovecraft stuff, there's the secret tombs underneath the city or village or whatever that hold the dark secrets to all the terrors that have taken place. This is where I am right now.
Very insightful.
Yeah, I am fighting a repeat boss right now. It's an amygdala. I have half health though because of this dungeon. Yes, which really fucking sucks because, well, it makes the fight significantly harder. However, I'm doing pretty okay this run. And now he's using his own arms to beat the shit out of me. So this is gonna be a little spicy. Let's see how much damage my bullets do. Oh fuck, that aura just bit. Ow. Oh shit. Ah damn. Thanks for the Scooby-Doo bongo noises. 2 half minutes on a level 2. Let's see if we can bump it up more, guys. Let's 1 second, please.
I'm still out of bits. Somebody hit the streamer moan button again.
I was watching a stream to get some Twitch drops recently, And I think because of the Twitch drops, the guy got like... Twitch drops are fun sometimes. They're a lot of fucking work, though. Yeah, because of the drops, everyone was just crowding the stream, and he got to a level 11 hype train, and eventually he just went, I ain't reading all that.
Nice. Yeah, I am got. That's that is something like that has only happened to me once. We are running out though.
Yeah, gamers, I am in a restaurant, so you know.
I was gonna say I was gonna ask before we started. What the fuck are you calling in from?
You know, I be in situations.
Yeah, like you don't sound like you're at a you don't sound like you're at a pewter.
No, and if I was at a pewter, the cord for my mic is busted, so like I would still sound like shit.
I see.
You know, it says a lot.
I'm gonna get a new one.
It says a lot that you sound like Bean right now because Bean is so often calling from random situations.
She's kind of stopped doing that around here though. But yeah, it definitely sounds like a phone mic. As long as you're like not like driving or otherwise in like a good space to be here, like that's fine. Being in Kokon on a Denny's actually it doesn't sound like too bad of an experience.
I'm at this like combination burger restaurant / brewery.
Oh fuck
that
yeah.
has the best burger that has this couple of aioli sauce in it.
Ooh.
And it is divine.
Yum.
If you're ever in Salt Lake, go to Proper Burger. You're gonna hit the you want, okay? It's the hipster burger.
Looks like Hype Train's over. Thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for the bits. If you guys want to feed that poor little subcounter at the bottom of the screen, there are many other points that I can do that.
If you want,
she's so hungry.
Like on like
feed him
the like intersections of Lovecraft and like actual occultism like throughout the 20th century. The best book on the subject, in my opinion, is probably Peter Levenda's The Dark Lord. It's really like it manages to explain like the utter insanity that is like Kenneth Grant and like Lovecraft occultism in a way that like most people can understand. And you know, you don't have to like it, but it is like an incredibly interesting topic. But when I say something is like Typhonian, it's like hard to know what I mean when I say that. But you were talking about there being tunnels underneath like an ancient city, and that's a very Kenneth Grant.
Yeah.
Like there's always some sort of secret tunnels either in the physical world or the mental or whatever.
I'll be my main man Queen Killer up in here. Yeah, that's really interesting to me because one of the things that's fun about this game is that it is, you know, it's obviously engaging with a lot of Lovecraftian tropes and whatnot, but part of its project in doing that is it starts being this like very high gothic horror, silly Universal monster werewolf hunt. It's like it's the artifice is very, very tasty, but that like one of the things that like the reason why like that is not like but like there's for people who like aren't really familiar with like this kind of fiction, it's like there's this kind of sudden turn from all the silly gothic stuff to the Lovecraft, and for like I before I knew anything about this, it seemed really out of place to me. But it's very intentional because Lovecraft himself also kind of hated gothic horror because it was so like filled with artifice and just didn't have anything too deep beneath the surface. Which is I think is fucking filthy rich coming from H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
But what I think is neat is So yeah, this game does revel in the artifice even after the Lovecraft stuff, because even then it kind of treats Lovecraft's horror as artifice. See, this guy here is one of his great ones, the Amygdala. There are so many more of these. They're incredibly common. They're not even that strong in the grand scheme of things, and they aren't really operating like dudes. They're just they're like dogs, kinda. They're like Great One dogs. But like when you dig deeper into like what it is the Great Ones actually want, like why they're here, why they're doing anything, they just want a baby. Literally the entire reason they're like fucking around with humans is because like they're trying to find someone to be a surrogate for their child, and like their intentions towards a humankind are actually really nice. They are purely sympathetic beings. So the unseen terrors that work just below the surface are actually just sad because their kids keep dying.
They just want like a nursery that isn't going to, drown the baby or whatever.
Yeah. So because all of the Great Ones are genetically unique, which is why the Amygdalas ain't shit, because they all look the same.
It's funny how these creatures are afflicted with the very like Gothic era problem of like their child just sort of not surviving.
Yes. That has dawned on me too. It's great.
Yeah. One of the things that I think is interesting about like the like Lovecraft people is like they were doing this in like the 60s, but like they were being like, well, because Lovecraft could imagine this in fiction, he's probably tapping into a dimension that exists somewhere out there. Like it was like the beginning of Final Fantasy House theology. It's like it takes its root in like Kenneth Grant in the 60s, being like, actually you can just throw fiction into magic and it's actually real. All fiction is real, and
that's a very 1960s. I've been learning about the Discordians recently, and that's definitely consistent with like some of the things they believed. That's a very like chaos magic kind of thing.
Anything? Yeah. Well, so chaos magic arose out of the like Typhonian crowd, basically. Like if you know, like the Typhonian OTO gave birth to IoT, like the Illuminates of Thanateros, and it's like their like obsession with Austin Spare, like the Typhonians' obsession with Austin Spare, is what led to like all the chaos magic people discovering Austin Spare's techniques, and then like being like, actually, we're just gonna build off of this as like our foundation instead of the rest of magic, and we're gonna kind of like take a very stripped back and experimental approach to things. Just using like the wrong techniques. And it's very interesting like what they were able to come up with. But a lot of them like later were like, well, our chaos magic stuff kind of lacked substance, and didn't have like a lot of meat on the bones,
really
and they went to the stuff where eventually the Typhonians ended up going as well, thanks to this one guy who like he like approached Aleister Crowley at his old age and was like, teach me magic, and then Crowley was like, there is no magic in the West, go to India and learn there.
That's a wild thing for Aleister Crowley to say. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was very interesting. Like his later years, he was like, India and China are the only places like worth studying.
Wow. Kind of a shame. It's kind of a cool take coming from him.
Yeah, and then that guy like comes back 30 years later after having been initiated into this like obscure lineage, and begins like initiating like occultists in England into this, very specific like branch of like Shaivist mysticism, and I don't know. It's like it's hard to elaborate on, explain without like derailing everything. So I'm just gonna like
Yeah, we have strayed a little bit, but that is interesting. That is interesting. Alright. Carson, thanks for the 23 months, almost 2 years of service. Thank you. Thank you for sending all of those Bezos dollars to me, bestie. Thank you for being forced to be in this game. By your own admission, I gotta say. Yeah, chat, 1 second, let me pop over here.
But like,
Carson,
at the time...
Carson, I promise you a spot in voice, so if you want to pop in here, I can patch you in. If you don't have override privileges. I actually don't know if you do or not. I haven't poked around at that in a minute. I gotta go fix my stake driver. Because this thing is breaking.
What is a stake driver?
The stake driver is my silly little weapon here. So check it out.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about some sort of stream software.
No. So, what? Do you want to know how this works? I'll go show you how this works.
Of course, yes. Longboard weapons are awesome.
1 sec.
This is a fucking powder keg weapon.
Reason that you're not using Ludwig's Holy Blade?
I don't have it fully upgraded.
Okay.
And that will take some effort, and I don't want to do that because I have spec for this weapon.
Fair.
Oh yeah. Okay, Carson, I absolutely don't blame you for playing the DLC after a new game plus and just getting your shit rocked. That happened with Nana after so like she got to. Hello, you're here now. I presume. Hey bestie. Is your mic on? You died.
It would seem not.
Give him a second. Yeah! I absolutely emoted. You there, bud? Seems he's having some trouble. 1 second. I'm gonna get a hat while this is happening.
Just imagine Carson like begins to speak in tongues and is like channeling the transmission from the old ones from the Star Sirius.
He does do that sometimes.
How, we have to enter the tunnels of Set. And
that's happened every now and then. Okay, so I prepared my
witness the Head of Eden.
So I repaired my weapon, so now I can go show you how this works. So it's just a big old blade on my wrist, and I just swing it around a little bit, which seems pretty straightforward. But it has another alternate form, which I'll show you in a second. Every single weapon in this game is a trick weapon, which means it has an alternate form or ability, or like other utility. Sometimes just like extends. Sometimes you just like turn your one-handed axe into a two-handed axe. Sometimes you turn your double knives into a bow. Like there's some crazy ones.
Wait, how does that one work?
You just smash them together. It turns into the weapon is called Simon's Bow Blade. It's sick as hell.
By magic.
That's amazing.
We have
been like 20 minutes of this game, so I've seen like the beginning ones.
We have this one. This is a late game one. It's called the Whirligig Saw. It's like a mace that turns into a big old buzzsaw.
Oh, that's what you were using. I couldn't tell when you were fighting the amygdala.
There you are. Yeah. I was using because my stake driver was breaking. So yeah, now Riley, the alternate form of the stake driver, like this, you lock the piston in, it turns into a stabbing weapon. However, it's charged with an attack like this. Looks like this. Cast in the name of God, ye not guilty!
Yeah!
Thanks, Grandpa.
Wait, did they just like jackhammer the knife?
Yes. Explode the piston and fucking obliterate these boys. It is the single highest damage attack in this game, and it also takes the longest to charge.
Is it good for boss battles, or is that like a thing where you have to stand still for a long time and you die?
You kind of got to be sweaty to use it in bosses. I have got some pretty good hits with that one though.
I'm gonna challenge you to use only that attack during a boss battle.
Bet.
The only thing I have a little disdain for with Bloodborne's rendition of the stake driver is that you can't use it like that as a visceral attack.
Yeah, that would be so fucking cool. The stake driver does give you stronger visceral attacks when you use it.
Is this game on the computer yet?
No. Everyone is angry about it. It's been out for like 8 years.
I want it so bad, but I don't have a PlayStation, and I don't want to pay for a PlayStation or an Xbox.
I am borrowing this PS4 from one of my best friends. We've been talking about doing this for years, and I finally have the means to steal it from her for a little while. I'm trying to 100% this game before I give it back to her, which is why I'm in this optional zone. This entire set of dungeons is optional. Now, Carson, you haven't been here for any of my Bloodborne streams, at least in the voice call.
I have not.
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Let me see the boy.
You want to see the Queen Killer? You want to see him?
I do.
I want to see the baby.
There he is.
Queen Killer says, "Shine, all women."
You want to know my theory about Queen Killer, Carson?
What's your theory?
I think Queen Killer is just Alfred. I think Alfred kills Annalise, goes a little nuts, and then fucks off into these dungeons. And that's
I mean, he has nothing else. He has nothing else to do. He
has to go find more queens to kill.
He did his one thing.
He may literally be gunning for Queen Garnet.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah.
Well, I think he's a bit late for that one.
King Charles.
Cast in the name of God, ye not guilty. Hey, you got him! You missed! Cast in the name of God, ye not guilty! This is having a surprising amount of success. Look how much it staggered him, by the way.
Personally, my weapons were Ludwig's Holy Blade and the Moonlight Greatsword.
Oh yeah.
Fucking basic ass. Dark
Souls player. Big sword go burr. I understand why you like the Stake Driver. Don't judge me for liking Big Sword.
I will. This is a Dark Souls piece of shit. Go! Why don't you go play the big sword game, huh? Why don't you roll? Why don't you use a shield, idiot?
Who uses a fucking shield? Dark Souls. What animal?
I mean, I used a shield in Elden Ring for a little while.
You fool.
No, I use a shield in the Souls game. I am just that person, okay?
I use a great shield specifically so I can tank shots and immediately fire back.
I think the only time I've ever actually used armor and properly in a shield is during the Four Kings fight in Dark Souls 1.
This is the only time I've tried to use my armor correctly for this. This isn't my main look. I've simply adopted this because it has the best physical damage resistance.
I like her into it.
I like to use a shield and a rapier, or double hand a big sword.
Yeah. Ow.
Or a spear. I like spears too. Those are nice.
I would like to see your regular outfit, because I use the vampire gear along with the Crown of Illusions for my guy.
That's good shit. I liked the night set for a little while, but I swapped.
Vampire in this game?
There's a whole vampire castle.
Yeah, there's Vampire Castle. You can't be a vampire, but you can steal their clothes.
Mark Fisher wrote about this in his seminal essay, Exiting the Vampire Castle.
Why would you want to exit the Vampire Castle?
There's vampires in it.
That's
the part.
Opposite of
Stay.
Yeah, there's vamps there.
Locking the doors.
So Carson, did you ever do the Chalice dungeons? You ever do them?
I think I did one of them, and I went, oh, that's kind of boring.
Yeah, so the reason this part of the game sucks, the reason I've been complaining about it so much, Riley, is because these dungeons are a set of procedurally generated dungeons with mostly repeat bosses that you do not have to do for the story. There is, however, a big fight. It's not even a roguelike. No, they're not randomly generated. They're just tile generated. They're generated on seed. They're generated on seeds. Yeah.
Just so you can't memorize the layout.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can for the ones that they give you, but it's there are just a bunch of reused assets used repeatedly, and it's just It's not an interesting part of the game. The hazards are really annoying. The level scaling is ridiculous. So yeah. However, this is 1 second. The Chalice Dungeons have a cool integration with the lore, like I was kind of telling you earlier. Like that whole thing is neat. And because they're seed generated, if you play this online, you can enter different seeds to access dungeons that aren't in the base game. And
like Minecraft.
Kind of like, yeah, like that. And a lot of those dungeons have like fun little secrets and pieces of cut content that didn't make it into the base game. So there's an entire like online community that call themselves the Tomb Prospectors, which is like what the faction in the game is called. And they're entirely dedicated to combing through the Chalice dungeons for more game information. And I think that's really cool. There is one dungeon in this. There is a seed dungeon in this game that is the single best grinding spot in the game, because every time you open it, an extremely strong enemy with high souls drop will spawn off the map and fall to its death, giving you its souls.
Sebastian, your
yes.
mom is the single best grinding spot in the game.
Oh, if that's the case, you're really gonna love what this dungeon seed is. The seed, CUMMMFPK. It is it is called the Cum Dungeon by fans as a result.
Hell yes. That's my room.
Clarify, the enemy that's dying is a hunter.
Oh, yeah,
Because
that makes sense.
You can
That makes sense.
get blood dregs from it, I think.
Oh, cool.
Isn't
That also
dungeon
makes
that
sense
has,
because
like-
the blood dregs have cum in them.
Isn't there like a dungeon that has like a fully cut like boss in it or something?
Well, yeah, there's like a
There's
few
a
that are
couple.
like a few of the bosses in the Chalice dungeons that are like original bosses are
There's
ones
like a
that were
big
like
dog.
yeah, like there were a few that they just clearly couldn't find a good spot for them in the game. The one you might be thinking of, Carson, is the blood.
What I'm thinking of is like this. It's like this big room just full of enemies and some
There's also
like unfinished
the moon
creature in there.
I think there's a couple of fun things like that. There's one, and so there's this one hallway in one of these dungeons, I forget if it's a seed or a preset, so like I don't know if I can access it, that contains an entirely unique enemy that isn't seen in any other dungeon or anywhere in the base game, and it is non-hostile to you. So
the blobby thing.
yeah,
Will it fight you if you fight it though?
I don't know actually. Because most people who run into it don't fight it.
It's like the little mole rat thing, right?
What if
like
you
the
get a
little
special
rat thing,
item
yeah.
by killing it?
I think it has one attack where it's like swallows you and spits you out its other side. But I could be thinking of a different one.
Can you get me its number? Sorry, I'm
I
sorry.
never thanked you
Sorry,
for
that was
You
bad.
have
Even
like
I'm
a
ashamed of that.
minute. You have like
I'm
a
killing you.
minute without that.
I'm holding a large knife right now.
I have a large knife next to me.
There's a dungeon with a cut version of the Moon Presence. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
yummy.
mentioned that. It's like crippled.
Interesting.
It's like it can't stand,
That's
which is
tasty.
interesting.
Oh shit! Hang
Like
on.
a rundown version of the Moon Presence.
I gotta check on something real fast. It seems as if CT reblogged the posters union again. So my posters union post is kicking off. That's cool. That's fun.
Man, you reblogged fucking claims to be pro skater, and I woke up and it had 56 notes.
That's a little disappointing.
I woke up to like 900 notes this morning, and I don't even know why.
I do.
It's not even clear.
I keep getting notes on bullshit
I don't.
about Mormonism.
I'm
That
different.
I don't know. Hearing people who have like no knowledge of Mormonism or like no involvement in Mormonism ever, like what they think about like a unique like Mormon issue, is kind of. Like I always get the urge to like explain things to people when they say something wrong, and I can't spend all of my days doing that.
Speaking of not spending all of our days doing that, I have to get the fuck out of this dungeon for a little bit. I'm gonna find literally something else to do.
Literally something else.
Chat, if you guys want to send some folks to the channel, there is a post with the stream embedded in it on my blog on tumblr.com. Go ahead and reblog that. Get some folks in here instantly. It would be very cool if you did this. Please.
The more the merrier.
Completely,
I hardly know her.
Completely different boss. I'm gonna go back to my original fit. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's gonna give you any particular bonuses on this, but it rules. So you're gonna see it.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we're gonna swap head. Actually, I'm gonna start with so first hat. We're gonna go down to the beak mask. Our top, we're gonna switch to Maria Hunter garb. For our hands, I'm gonna do the night gloves, and for our legs, we're doing the doll skirt. Ah, baby! Oh, I missed the
dress like this today.
I would absolutely fucking dress like this today. Literally, Mia dresses like this today. Literally, Mia just goes out looking like this. Rifle and all. Alright, I'm just gonna be a little less so it's... The gun on the back is less distracting pulling this up. Okay, we'll do a quick stretch.
Completely apropos of nothing. I'm currently shredding potatoes really fine with a regular knife and feeling very proud of myself.
That's cool. I'm gonna fight the Loran Dark Beast.
I'm
What's up, bitch?
really fun with a knife.
Ow. Oh my god, having a normal health bar, thank god.
You're making dinner. I can't buy you dinner.
Almighty.
Oh, were you cursed in the other dungeon?
Yeah, that was so the biggest fun about that amazing fight, Carson, is that it's in the defiled Temeru dungeon, which halves your health bar. It's fucking
okay. I thought something looked kind of funny.
Yeah, like you'd think I would have more health at this point, right? Shit. Okay. I don't like these guys. They're very mean. It took me a really long... There's one that you fight in the base game that took me way too long to beat. Oh, fun thing, you can just straight dodge through that lightning blast.
Iframes are the greatest.
I didn't. I can't. But, you know, you at home playing this, you can.
A normal gamer could.
Yeah.
Oh, I was muted.
Get in here. Shit, I was gonna beat him.
That's all.
This is a fun design. There's some fun lore implications about these guys, which, so, you'll notice that these guys are, like, this guy is, like, purely, like, some hair and some bones. Like, there's literally nothing here that can constitute, like, an animate creature. But it's clearly arcing lightning, so something there is causing not only animation, but electric potential. So its brain is probably still in there.
No, the electricity is what's causing the animation. It's a Frankenstein moment.
You think so?
This is a certified Frankenstein moment.
I love Frankenstein.
Is that the end of the sentence?
Yeah. Well, has anyone read Susan Stryker's essay "My Words to Victor Frankenstein"?
No. Please send that to me. Don't tell me anything about it. I want to know, but I want to read that shit later because I too am a big Frankenstein enjoyer.
Can I just say what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. It's an essay about like the trans experience and like how like transphobia like constructs like a monster out of trans people. It's a really like great essay. I think it was made in like the 80s by Susan Stryker, who's an important trans academic.
My glasses.
There's an audio zine of it. It's
Oh,
very worth listening to. It's like 20 minutes long, I think.
cool. Do. Here I go. Excuse me.
No.
I also like Frankenstein because needles and electricity and stitches are sexy. That's my hot take.
You're right.
I'm with you on all but Stitches. I'm
Well,
undecided. I'm undecided about Stitches.
I find
Like
Grave
with
Robin
needle
to be
play,
attractive.
people will like take thread through you, and it's hot.
Cody! Hey guys, thanks for the raid, everybody. Welcome. Ah, Christ! Shit! Local phone guy, cut that shit out. get that shit out of here. You fucking bastard. Rolling.
Only at Burger King, you can fuck this burger.
I do love that deepfake so much. I was looking to see if there was a if there was a fucking
onions got me.
summon around here. Thanks for nearly 2 years of service, Cody. Oh my god.
The fucking onions got me.
What were we all up to?
Why were you fucking the onions?
I wasn't, okay?
The fact that you took that seriously and I actually responded to that really says a lot about what you might have been doing to those onions.
You know, yeah, I'd argue you should have been fucking the onions, really, because you just like sounded pretty like anti-onion there.
I'm gonna hard pass.
I don't know how I feel about. You know, it's like you're like clear.
Some of my
onion-phobia
best friends
here.
are onions. Okay.
Cody just went through the Markiplier maze. Everybody go follow Cody to give him reparations
the Markiplier maze?
for his strife. Yes, the
What
Markiplier maze.
What is the Markiplier maze?
It is exactly what it sounds like.
No, I don't know what that sounds like though. I can't.
Yeah, that sounds
put it-
like not. That sounds distressing, but not like anything. Not summoning anything else.
It sounds like somebody made like a Five Nights at Freddy's for like this man to scream at, you know, like, but just for him. Like I never watched
son
like
of a bitch.
Markiplier or PewDiePie because like I saw like some of their videos in like 2011, and it was like too annoying even for like my teenage self. Like, they were just screaming at stuff that wasn't even worthy of a reaction, and I found it so grating.
I've been killed. He attacked and killed me.
Well,
What if I
I think you shouldn't let him do that.
From this guy? What if I didn't use the weapon I'm worse at?
Yeah, you know, it might be better if you use your, like, main weapon, but, you do you.
Yeah, it's the one that has better blood gems all up on it.
Blood gems?
Yeah, there are these little things you can find in this that you attach to your weapon and give them different effects. Like, you can just increase physical damage, make it cause, like, different weapon effects, reduce the cost of stamina, shit like that.
Aren't blood gems how Elon's family made their fortune?
Sure.
Yeah.
Also that.
These ones don't have magic powers though, they're just fancy.
Are you implying that Elon Musk's family has a magical emerald mine?
No, I'm implying the opposite.
Chaos Emerald?
Oh, you mean the Chaos Emeralds?
The Chaos Emeralds.
We did it,
I
guys.
think you're talking about the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, I have so much fun as resident guy who doesn't know anything about video games because I don't know what Chaos Emeralds are.
It's like the Dragon Balls of Sonic the Hedgehog.
That
Okay,
doesn't mean
I thought it
anything
was
to
for
us.
Sonic. But yeah, that also means nothing.
It's like the Harry Potter.
I don't think there was an actual invitation to explain.
I
that was
enjoy
an
my-
invitation.
I'm just gonna explain it with like progressively worse metaphors.
You know the Taco Bell $12 12 taco party pack.
No.
Imagine if that gave you powers.
I don't really go there, except to get the soda.
implication-
Well,
implication-
you'd have more powers if you went to Taco Bell, Riley.
Taco Bell doesn't give you powers. Is a little bit disappointing.
I think Taco Bell weakens me. It saps my.
Maybe that's why I'm so sad.
We're going.
Taco Bell is where you go to learn the Ashina style poo poo disaster technique.
You just win your battles. That alone is the secret to the
Can you
Ashina
repeat
style.
that? I just need to hear it again.
Taco Bell is where you go to learn the Ashina style poo poo disaster technique.
Thank you. I love that.
I gotta figure out that timing.
Good to hear.
Get a little too hungry.
Silly.
This guy's so fucking fast. That's so mean. Alright, let's try this again. You're an idiot.
Have you considered being faster?
I've considered lighting my steak driver on fire. That's not much, but
dope. You can do that.
yeah. You have items that can like coat your weapon like either fire or electricity.
I think because this beast is electric in nature, you should try a rubber attack. Maybe a large
fair.
like rubber mallet of some
I think
sort.
a large rubber mallet would kill this guy instantly. That's why he's
Maybe,
still alive and a boss. Oh hey,
some, like,
turn off the bolts.
Some, like rubber boots.
I turned off the bullies. Unfortunately, he's gonna be more aggressive now.
Oh no.
Oh no, it turned the bullies back on. Oopsie.
Why are we covering the steak driver in milk?
Milk is high in calcium.
Yeah, and this guy has good bones, and we're gonna make it even
I mean,
better.
yeah. Maybe he's lactose intolerant, even though he doesn't have intestines.
I like this guy's ultimate lightning beams attack. Like that. That's cool.
That is good.
It really makes me feel like I will never be safe, and I will always have to run.
This is why Palpatine does that too.
So true! Chat,
He wants you to feel unsafe.
Chat, look up Palpatine milking to learn more.
I'm going.
You know, there are probably things out there.
That's why they should Google it, so they can find the things.
Weren't there like a bunch of like sexy young Palpatine clones before they like retconned the entire Star Wars lore for the?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Palpatine with his big unnaturals. That side is
Oh shit! Oh, I'm alive still.
moves that many consider
Mother
unnatural.
son of a bitch. I'm distracted.
Fun fact that I learned a little while ago: one of my favorite voice actors has been the voice for Emperor Palpatine for like the last 15 years of video games.
Oh yeah? Wait, who?
Sam Witwer, the guy that plays Starkiller from The Force Unleashed.
Oh, that
What?
guy! Yeah, no, you've definitely talked to me about this.
Ever
He's
since
a-
The Force
He's
Unleashed,
a really good actor.
he has played most iterations of Emperor Palpatine.
Like, barring the movies?
Oh yeah,
Okay, yeah, that
like
makes sense.
like voice acting wise, he has played almost every iteration.
That's really cool.
I mean, there's
Wait,
no
who
way
is this
they
guy?
can
My
make it entirely
internet
for
now.
everyone.
It's like
the guy
it's
who
like how
voice
Mark
acts
Hamill will do like
Palpatine.
every single voice acted Joker that isn't like an official animation. No. Literally, he just does every single one. Like he's in the fucking he's both in the Arkham games and fucking the Lego Batman games.
In the words of Mark Hamill, I'm the Joker, baby.
He did say that once.
I'm the Joker.
I bet you he did actually. My makeup is good today. What the hell?
I want to show him, my buddy York made this fucking video of like fake Joker quotes just because he was like being goofy. I want to see if I can
That
get
sounds
Mark
great.
to read those. I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm Jonker.
Hi, Jocker.
Ow. I'm gonna run out of blood vials eventually.
I'm just still thinking about Palpatine's massive unnaturals.
I'm not.
That is a thing you can think about.
Yeah. Palpatine
Slapped
big
it in.
natural.
Oh! Oh, baby! I actually didn't know about that. I didn't know that was a visceral. Fuck yeah. This is bullying now. Fuck your legs.
My Firefox is back online. Hooray!
I think I might be better off like getting up inside of him and hitting his silly little legs.
I think you'd be better off getting up inside of him.
And it could probably break limbs faster.
Unnatural.
Oh shit! I should have had my dash going. Fuck.
Did you die?
I got super killed because that was
wow. That
in
your
epicenter of his lightning blast.
That was that's owie. Owie.
Ow.
I think if he hits you, we should put him in timeout and make him say sorry to you.
That's what happens when everybody dies.
That's. I want there to be like a Dark Souls like timeout, like.
Sense to timeout. Oh yeah, putting Captain Mikolash up on screen. Of course.
Boy.
You know the
I don't
greatest.
know why I'm so attached to Mikolash, but I love him.
I don't either, honestly. I do not either.
The greatest invention out of like the authoritarian like schooling system, developed in the 20th and late 19th century, was the dunce path. I was
thinking it too. I was thinking that.
It's just perfect. I think about it so much.
Imagine if like you do something in like your friend group, like the guys you just like go hang out with, like every week. Imagine if like you just say something like out of pocket or like annoying or cringe, and you just have and they force you to wear a shirt that says "Big Stupid Fuck Off Idiot." Just absolute pea brain.
That sounds like weirdly horny.
You are making that horny. You are doing that, Riley.
No.
That is you.
Like publicly humiliate you, you know?
Yeah, Riley, that's you.
Yes,
No?
Mortis, you understand.
I think you know, one in chat if it is horny. Actually, come on, gamers, please.
You're gonna get exactly one, and I know who it's gonna be.
Well, look, we have Agony and Mortis. Yeah.
Yeah, there
We
is.
have
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm abstaining.
You're abstaining.
I'm abstaining. Fuck
It
you.
can be horny as a treat. See?
That isn't.
Look,
that
I'm
is a
winning right now.
non-statement.
I'm leading the race. I'm leading the race. All these like people abstaining from votes
fucking
are letting me win.
I do not deserve to look through as many of these as I have.
Wait, what reblog about cringy? What is this? Like, I don't remember most of the things I post, so
Oh, give me the visceral. Yeah, give it to me. Give it to me.
I am red
shit,
knife,
Orbital.
yeah.
Okay, lightning mode again. I give it to half health pretty easy. Pretty consistently, at least. That was a good stun. Wow, he's just cool. He's just kind of yelling at me. He's like, "Wow!"
I mean,
You
I
hurt
understand.
me. Stop stepping on me. You know how I every time I say yummy, it always sounds all like fruity. It always sounds like you're gonna call me a I said it in like my normal voice recently, and it sounded wrong. I was just like, this is somebody else talking, even though it was just the way I talk regularly, with no affectations. It was very strange.
We want to spend our service early though.
Yep.
What are some other phrases that can only be said in a voice?
I always say uh-oh like that. I was like what else? Uh-oh. I always go, watch out! I always say that in a different voice. I feel like most like portents of danger have to be sounded. You have to sound a little goofy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of examples, because I know there are some things that can only be said in a voice.
I can't say what's all this then in like my neutral accent. It has to sound. What's all this? What's all this then?
Fellas.
Oh yeah, yippee can only be said in the
Yippee!
autism creature or little German boy voice.
Also very true.
Meine Mama hat mir einfach erlaubt, dass ich Kohle trinken darf.
Yeah, that one. I want to give my.
I have a personal one that's specific to my family, which is we had a family, like the grandmother of a family friend who's from New York, and she would say, better to have and not need than to need and not have. And we can only ever say it in a very strong old New York lady voice, which I can't really do anymore because my voice has changed and I lost all my impressions, but one's particular for me. And also,
I lost my Alex Jones impression. I had a good one once upon a time. And my Zizek impression.
Many such cases. Happens to everybody.
I got to introduce my friend group to the Zizek Kinder Egg thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Kinder Surprise Egg.
Kinder Surprise Egg. You know, like Zizek was like, you know, had some alright things to say, but like I don't know why people are shocked that he had this heel turn. Like,
yeah,
no, he like made some transphobic shit happen a couple other times. Like he's just not very good at like understanding gender, and like this most recent article was pretty bad. Like he was directly buying into like blatant TERF propaganda. And,
yeah, like I don't know why people are. Oh motherfucker! I'm running out of blood vials. Oh no!
Oh no!
Son of a bitch! Okay, I have to go.
You have to go come.
I don't have access to that. I do have access to to Hog Lane though, so we're gonna go do that instead.
I can't say the thing I'm thinking on Twitch.
Oh, you should say it anyway. Get us all banned.
I don't think you should because it's my channel.
I think you should say it. I think Sebastian's trying to censor you. You free speech warrior.
I think everyone knows what I'm going to say, but I'm not going to say.
I have no idea.
I honestly don't, but I also think that you can tell me later when we're not on a public platform that will get Sebastian banned from Twitch.
Something about not having access to com.
Yeah.
Okay, we can end the bit there.
How bad can it be?
Chat, give us the next bit so I'm not allowed to go ahead with it. I need to be contractually bound.
I will.
Do you ever think about medieval poetry?
No.
Yes.
Every so often.
Thank you. That's the bit. That's all.
Cool.
I mean, I played
good work.
I played Pentiment recently and it gave me a fucking headache.
You played what? And it gave you a headache?
I played Pentiment recently and it gave me a fucking headache.
I need to buy. Who wants to send me $20 so I can buy that game?
Who wants to send me $200 so I can fix my computer so that I can play games?
So, Carson, what was your method of grinding in this game? Was it exactly what I'm about to go do?
Are you doing the slime school?
Yeah, Carson.
Slime School was always really good, although it did really fuck up your screen pretty easy with all the people dying on screen. Lots of what's the word I'm looking for?
Particles. A lot of particles, even.
Yeah.
See, I don't like Slime School that much, just because I it is fun to go in. It is very satisfying to go in there and kill those fools. This is just so much technically better, and like I do fucking oh god, what is it? Like I use this weapon which has no reach and is very bad against these guys. Unfortunately, you have to see this.
You know what else has?
I have done this as well.
You have done this well.
The Halo universe post 25-52, or whenever Reach fell.
Yeah, Carson, I've got all my moon runes on right now. You want to know what runes I had when I beat Lawrence, Orphan of Kos, and Lady Maria?
Oh, that's why that person.
Yeah.
Name on Tumblr.
I never bothered to switch my runes out. I just fucking used these, so I got pretty fat level ups from those. Did the pig just stop chasing me? Did I run too fast? Yeah, so you just let, the best way to grind is just send these pigs into these boys, and then die and lose all the progress.
What I like.
Yeah, that's part of the run. It's part of the strat.
Good strat. In Elden Ring, I like to lure these giants over to this group of guys, and they fight each other, and then I kill whichever one is left.
Yeah, where?
Fuck. I don't have the game anymore because my computer is dead, so I don't know what to do. I can't tell you. I can't remember.
Was it that big? Was it those big giants in like Stormhill, like one of the first areas, like that first zone?
One of those.
Yeah.
One of the bridge is broken, and then you talk to an old lady nearby.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think it's a Stormhill.
It's the one where you first run into like the puppet creatures, like.
There?
Yeah, there's like a giant down the hill next to a big like cart, right? And then you agitate the giant and bring him up to like all those knights, and then the giant stomps on those guys.
There's a
and then
much
you
better
grinding
spot, not very far from that. There's this hill on the other side of that bridge, back in Limgrave, where there's just like a bunch of giants just kind of hanging around, minding their own business, and most of them are sleeping. So you can just kind of go in there and start whacking them all, and just get like I think 1,000 runes a pop. So they're pretty easy to fight individually. And there's like 6 of them or something like that. It's like probably the single best early game grinding spot.
If I ever have a computer again, maybe I make a Twitch account and stream that video game, and people can just tell me all of the things I don't know. Like, I never look up any like playthroughs for FromSoft games. I don't look up any like information. I go into everything completely blind. I honestly don't even really watch lore videos for things. I don't know what's going on ever. I experienced it like a baby watching like Cocomelon. You know, that's my approach.
I like approaching games like that, but there's like a few things where like I enter most FromSoft games having an end in mind, where I'm just like, okay, I want this thing to happen. I want to like get this ending. I want to play with this weapon. So I pretty much the only thing I will look up is how to do that thing. For Sekiro, it was once I realized that there was like a true ending that was like pretty easily messed up and kind of hard to achieve, I redid my playthrough so I could do that. Like, I started fresh. For Elden Ring, I just went straight to go do a Moonlight Greatsword, because I had played Dark Souls 3, and I never found the Moonlight Greatsword in that game. I didn't know how to do it. So I wanted to base a playthrough off of that, and it turned out doing so was probably the best way to enjoy that game. It's a really good, like, worthwhile questline. And for Bloodborne, I don't know. I think really I've just been trying to figure out how to 100% this, because this is a different case, because I know everything already about like its story and where to find things. Just because this has been my special interest for like 6 years. So, but like other than
someone
that, like,
to info dump all the Elden Ring lore to me so that I can just understand it without having to watch YouTubers.
Oh, I mean, I am the one who will watch the YouTuber. So when I download all that shit and I finally do my Elden Ring lore project, which will probably happen one day, yeah, I'll explain all that shit to you.
Oh yeah, that'll be are you gonna do that on like a stream or something?
I'll probably do it one day. I've already done Bloodborne once. I kind of want to do Bloodborne again because like I have a different perspective on things now. Now that I've actually played it, and now that I've like met some like people who can tell me some things, and like read more books. So like there's that angle, but like
Gammon awaits.
Like yeah, I have an interest in going after the Elden Ring lore and the Dark Souls lore at different points. So I'll definitely present those.
There's so much about the Souls games I don't understand, and I know I'm not getting the most out of the experience. And then there's like a wide like depth and like very like emotional and interesting stories going on. But mostly I'm getting spooked by creatures and swinging my sword.
That is the core of it.
Everyone stretch.
God, I really want to play. I want to play Elden Ring again, but I don't have a computer.
That felt good. That was much better. Ugh. Somehow hearing the fucking dog birds, hearing those bitches bark, still sets off my synapses. Hey Tara, how you doing, bestie?
Hey Tara.
Hi. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
My Land of Falling Sun master post where it shows Tara's cover art is circulating again, which is very nice because I'm updating that story. So everybody say thank you, Tara.
Thank you, Tara.
Thank you, Tara.
Wow, Carson, you don't like Tara apparently.
Can someone recommend me like a good PC power?
I heard none of that. What?
Yeah, I missed all that.
Oh, well, then I will remain an enigma, and you will never know what I said.
I'm gonna swallow your whole body like a fucking marshmallow.
You're gonna warn it.
Can you guys talk about literally anything else?
Yeah, so I was asking...
God. Kavya just can't help, so he comes on the stream and just plays with every other guest.
Riley, what were you gonna say? Riley?
PC power supply. I need one. Does anyone know which ones are good? I can't trust anything. Like online shopping is like now just like an algorithm that like guesses how poor you are and like gives you like something that's going to break, so you have to buy it again. And
how old is your PC?
Use a car battery.
It's like 10 years, but a lot of the parts are newish.
Okay.
It was like gradually updated.
Okay.
Over the course of time, and it was like powerful for its time as well. And I got it like 3 years ago.
I see. I gotta say, doing this over and over really does suck, guys. I really wish I had more time to play this on my off hours, so I didn't have to just do this on a loop over and over. I'm really sorry that that the last bit of Bloodborne content has just been me doing the dungeons repeatedly.
We experienced samsara with you. And it's been, it's probably more enjoyable of an experience than grinding on your own lonesome,
Well, if
at least for your...
If I was doing it by myself, I usually play it in a VC or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I usually have company or like a podcast or some kind of other entertainment or something. But like trying to do this and be funny, like this shit's hard. It's good that you have like other folks to help.
We can just talk about Palpatine's boobs the whole time if you'd prefer.
You could do that.
Yeah,
that is an option.
Unnatural.
That is something that you are capable of doing. You can't. You are physically capable of doing that.
He's probably got like old people veins in his titties.
I didn't say I wanted
pancakes. Anyone interested in pancakes?
Yeah. Shrove Tuesday in the UK recently, which is the day where we make pancakes because we expect to be Lent.
Yes.
That's a holiday?
We have Lent over here too. Yeah, it's not Tuesday. Mardi Gras. They're the same.
Yeah. Except we're not as fun because we don't like the French and we don't take any of the traditions.
Oh!
Of course. Yeah.
I've been told that my impression of the Minecraft damage voice is actually pretty good. Which is funny because I don't play Minecraft.
Now we're just doing this. This is the whole rest of the stream. No more words even.
Yeah, Riley, you know what the like original Dark Souls 1 like male damage noise sounds like, right?
Oh.
I can't remember. Like
it literally sounds like it literally sounds like it's like it's this like really weird moan that like sounds. I describe it as the moan of someone who just nutted who has also lost the will to live.
Have a sad come, baby.
Have a sad come, yeah, that's what being hurt in Dark Souls is like.
You've listened to all the Death Grips songs, right?
No, you know that I haven't.
Oh, well then I revoke your transgender license until you
I've P-ranked one of
paperwork.
Fuck you, I have other credentials.
Oh yeah.
You'll catch a JPEG to the head, as it were.
Yeah. That counts. You probably got more credentials than I do.
Like
you got like one of those Canadian driver's licenses that like
yeah, like that.
More qualified.
Yeah, no, I like Riley. Knowing as much as I do about you, I'm probably better at video games than you are.
Yeah, I'm not gamer. I do other things.
Yeah. Well, you're better at owning and reading a lot of books than I am. Dom's Dominion, thanks for the follow. Unfortunately, I have to look at my stream as I do this, so I did have to see the gif of Palpatine rolling up. Okay, I have an animated blood vials. Let's see how doing this works. I unfortunately can't summon anybody, which sucks ass. But we will make do.
Agony, don't do this. Don't do this.
We are country girls up in this joint. You all hate me.
Oh fuck,
hang on.
Agony, don't do this. We just escaped.
There's a cooldown.
What, for Palpatine's big unnaturals?
No, for I thought it was time for the ads.
No, Agony was talking about that.
Yeah, let me get out of here.
We just got out of there.
That's a new you got unlightning animation. Come on, please fucking trigger the visceral. Shit, okay, whatever. I missed it. Fuck.
What is a visceral?
Viscerals are when you get basically this game's parry attack. Like you know how you have critical hits after a parry in Elden Ring. This one, what you do instead is the most common way to get a visceral. There's a few other ways. You have to shoot someone with your gun in the during one of their attacks in this little window that causes them to break their stance. And when you do, you get what's called a visceral attack, where you just shove your fist up into their guts and pull out their organs.
I find this creature enchanting.
The monster design all around in Bloodborne is fucking incredible. Like top to bottom, some of my favorite character design in a video game.
I think corpses and lightning pair really well together.
I agree. Oh shit.
I mean, lightning is effectively the source of life in humans. It is
You
what
might say that.
animates us.
Proven. Electrocute somebody.
Oh fuck, I gotta turn off Steam again. Get the shit out of here. I accidentally misclicked. Why do I have 3 new items in my inventory? What the fuck? What was I playing? Is that from Secret? Oh, it's from fucking Dead Space. Okay, apparently I just got my cards from that. Get this shit out of here. Die and get killed, Steam.
Liar, liar. Did you miss the part where I was talking about Frankenstein? It's very good.
Yeah, we have been talking about this.
Frankenstein, like, you can do so many queer readings of it. It's so good.
It's delicious.
You could do all kinds of readings of Frankenstein.
I want to like make a I want to like make like a Frankenstein like ritual theater thing.
Okay. That's yummy.
Yeah, it'll be a metaphor for gay sex magic. That's what I'm gonna say.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not? Exactly. Well, the issue is there's not a lot of like. There are a lot of like rituals that are like metaphors for straight sex magic.
Yeah.
That use like heterosexual sex magical formulae, but like there's a lot of gay sex magic out there in a lot of different traditions, but nobody applies those formulae like in like a version that's like friendly to the public or like illustrative of like the like esoteric principles behind the thing. So I think there is like a space for a ritual like this, but it would involve like a different form of creation.
Dom's welcome to chat.
Which is why I'm drawn to the Frankenstein thing.
Welcome to chat. Recently started replaying Bloodborne. Tell us about how it's doing. Educate us. What's what build are you going for? How do you feel coming back? When was the last time you played it? Tell us about it. Since you're new here, I was like interested in this game back in like 2017. I like played like up to Vicar Amelia at a friend's place because I never owned a PS4, so like I never got to play it myself. And I watched a bunch of playthroughs, became super interested when I actually learned the story, and learned all of it. And yeah, now I'm actually playing it for real. This has been a very fun experience. This is like still my very first file. I haven't triggered endgame yet. Hopefully when I do this, I never have to deal with fucking challenge sentence again.
Are there chalices there?
Tara fucking props for using all pronouns about me in a single sentence. You get a fucking A+ for that shit. Hell yeah. Put some work into that one. Ugh.
You get a good grade at pronoun class.
Something that is normal to want, impossible to achieve.
Okay, it is.
Just achievement, so clearly it is entirely possible to achieve proto pronouns.
Alien Waran dungeon? Yeah, I'm on a lower Waran right now. That's tough. The Waran dungeons are where like the level scaling really gets nuts. So like this guy is like, I was like under level for the Waran dungeons for a little while.
LaRon Hubbard?
Still might be.
LaRon Hubbard. I can't keep threatening people because apparently that's just what flirting is.
That's true.
Yeah, it depends on who you try it on.
These are just
Bye, Tara. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Carson, did you ever try out the PvP in this game?
Not really.
Did you and I ever? I know you and I did some co-op Elden Ring. Did you and I ever do any PvP Elden Ring? I feel like
we did fight like 2 times in Elden Ring.
What was it? What was our win-loss record? I feel like it was 1-1.
I think we got like a tie overall.
Yeah, because like you and I had pretty different builds, so I didn't really know how to fight you, and you didn't really know how to fight me. Oh yeah, you were also respecting a lot too, because we were doing call with another person. Oh shit! So something interesting that I just learned about this game is excuse me. So I was talking with CT about like my build. My offhand guns are Ludwig's rifle, obviously, but I also have the Fist of Gradia because I think it's also pretty useful against more human-sized enemies. Its dagger is really good. It's good if you're not like going for a visceral attack. But CT was about to correct me when I was describing this and said, Fist of Gradia can trigger a visceral. Now, Carson, have you ever tried to Fist of Gradia somebody to get a visceral attack?
No.
Yeah. So it doesn't. The thing is, it doesn't cause any viscerals, but because it's a big iron block, you can basically stagger anybody out of their immediately out of their attack sequence. Which, yeah, very good. Oh baby, I'm kind of eating his ass.
Nope. How is Ludwig?
So,
Oh, that's a fucking
let me finish this. So
yeah, go ahead.
So now CT, they thought that the Fist of Gradia could trigger viscerals because they were using it in PvP a lot. And when they looked this up, like on Tuesday, we discovered together a completely new mechanic that like we had never realized was a thing. If you cause enough stagger to somebody while they're in the middle of a blood vial, it will trigger a visceral stance. Which we had no reason to know otherwise, and I think only the Fist of Gradia doing this could really like allow anyone to discover this, because it's the only thing that has enough stagger to do this. It's wild, and like I love that because it kind of implies that they kind of consider the blood vial an attack. Which that's you can read that if you want to. I'm just loving it. So Riley, you want to know who Ludwig is?
Yeah, he's got a gun and a holy blade.
Yes. So Ludwig in the lore, Ludwig was the very first hunter of the church. The healing church. The healing church were the guys who started administering blood healing to everybody, which turned everybody into werewolves. Eventually, the werewolf epidemic got so out of hand that the church had to be like, okay, we should probably send in our own guys to like hunt these dudes, because like there were already hunters. Yeah. There were already people who were hunting these guys, like doing their own thing. But the church
love that story because it's like very much would happen in our world too. Like if they discovered some magic blood, you would create some sort of epidemic. It, and like there was faith healing with it.
Yeah. So Ludwig was the guy who founded the church, like the church's own hunters. And he was this proud heroic warrior who mobilized like regular citizens to join his ranks. Like he got them to like take up arms against the beasts also. What's that?
Does he become corrupted?
Kind of. Not by the way I think you're thinking. So yeah,
I'm curious.
So like fucking everybody in Yharnam, he does eventually succumb to the beast plague. And because he is a cleric, he the church clerics often became the more horrendous beasts. I'm not exactly sure why. I think it might just be the amount of blood that they're exposed to, or because the Great Ones just like I want to fuck with them more for getting involved with this. It's a little unclear as to why, but he does get a little fucky wucky. Another reason his transformation is so extreme is because his weapon is something called the Holy Moonlight Sword. Does that sound familiar
That
to you?
sounds baller.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Moonlight knife of some kind in the game of the Souls Dark.
That's right, yeah. It is this game's version of the Moonlight Greatsword, which is in every single Souls game. And in this game, let me find that item's description real fast, because that'll give us a little bit of a insight into why he turned out that way.
Lol, you said insight.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Subtlety is dead, Kavya. Do you feel happy for killing her?
I'll kill game.
I don't know
Fucking
what
watch
you
me do it.
What does that joke even mean?
Insight, it's a fucking thing about this game. Anyway, so...
Okay, it's a video game.
Holy Moonlight Sword. An arcane sword discovered long ago by Ludwig. When blue moonlight dances around the sword and it channels the abyssal cosmos, its great blade will hurl a shadowy light wave. Yeah, it shoots beams. That's pretty cool. The Holy Moonlight Sword is synonymous with Ludwig the Holy Blade, but few have ever set eyes on the Great Blade, and whatever guidance it has to offer, it seems to be of a very private, elusive sort. So this sword is
the conduit. The Holy Ghost in it.
It literally is the conduit of an eldritch spirit of the cosmos that is influencing Ludwig and giving him advice. So it kind of drives him nuts.
That's so good.
Now, Riley.
I love when
Riley,
drives you from madness.
Now, Riley, you fight this guy as a boss in the DLC. I want you to look up Ludwig the Accursed right now to see what he looks like.
Like I'm image searching it?
Yeah. Look up this bitch.
You can watch the video too if you want.
Okay, Ludwig the Accursed. Images. Okay, my internet is like.
Take your time.
Oh, he got like chonky teeth and weird eyes.
Yeah, he's kind of a horse type beat. Yeah.
Oh wow, he doesn't. It looks like he's in pain.
He is.
Yeah.
He is in agony. Yes. No.
Oh yeah, he's like flesh is like exposed. I don't think he's like he needs some like Neosporin that.
He has like a tumor on one of his shoulders that leaks arcane blue.
It's common.
It's common.
Oh no.
But yeah, like I said, clerics often turn into the more horrendous beasts. So yeah, naturally he turns into this weird looking horse guy. His fight is legitimately probably the best. Like, it is such a fucking phenomenal boss fight all around. Oh, visceral attack! Yeah, got him! Oh! That was such a weird stance. I stuck my hand on top of him.
It's just like his bone dust. There's no viscera in this beast.
I'll whip it at risk again, son of a bitch.
Didn't you put
I put a gem that turns down its durability. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta focus.
All right, I believe in you.
His head. Oh, I got another one. Shit, I missed it. Get in that shit.
You're gonna get there.
Get his ass. Oh, baby. Come on, give it to me.
Oh.
Hit him with the... Ah, fuck. Shit.
We don't die.
Yes! Ooh, got him! Yeah! Praise slaughtered! Ugh, fucking finally. Ooh,
what items is that?
So I have a new dungeon available to me. I also have a new gem. I got a new upgrade item. Oh, fuck yeah, good shit. Finally. Okay. There we go. Dom says the first playthrough they skipped the Chalice dungeons. Bloodborne kind of reminds me of the show The Strain with Lovecraft vibes. And I kind of remember that existing, yeah. But yeah, no, totally reasonable to skip them chalice dungeons. Those shits is annoying.
Is the house on fire?
Yes, the workshop is on fire. That is an endgame thing.
Oh.
Once you beat
this like environment is so peaceful that, but then I looked and I saw the fire.
It's supposed to be kind of like, you know, kind of peaceful, kind of like melancholic and lonesome. It's very, the Hunter's Dream is very evocative to me. I like it.
I like it. Yeah, yeah. There's the lady.
That's the doll.
She hugs the squid at the end of the game, right?
That's what she does, yes.
Go on.
I mean, channel blood echoes. Can you give me a little heal?
Yeah, I know things. I know things about Bloodborne.
Yes. Yeah, Riley, I am pleased that you're like partaking in this game and like experiencing this with me. I am sorry that you're experiencing the chalice dungeons though, because this part of the game sucks ass.
The chalice dungeons are
motherfucker.
The chalice dungeons are cool to look at.
I don't even know about that.
Your mom.
I don't even know about that, King. I'm gonna go grind for some Ritual Blood 4 so I can do that root dungeon. Let's see, because I'm mostly trying to grind for some levels. Not this one. I'm gonna try to go. Oh no! I'm trying to go to that one. Okay. So, Lower Temeru Layer 2 is a pretty good source for grinding Ritual Blood 4, which is the material I want to get that new dungeon. So let's go there.
Everyone's really mad at you for not healing.
That's not my problem.
It's full. I don't know.
Have you seen the video of how I beat Horaloo? That's kind of just my beat. Is playing games needlessly aggressive. Speaking of needlessly aggressive, that reminds me of the way I plug my own projects. Again, everybody, I'm trying to raise subscribers for the Resident Evil Lore stream, trying to get up to 250, which was I think the goal that we reached to do Halo, which is a fun series. I'm trying to bring that one back. So yeah, let's try to get us back up there, everybody. As you can see, we still kind of got a long way to go, but really appreciate every little one. Every little gift means so much. My weapon is still super broken. Let me use this. Oh yeah, the way Laurent dungeons look is so good.
We need more tunnels in places.
I'm always saying that.
You should go to France.
I got when I was at BYU, I managed to get into the miles of tunnels beneath campus and just wander around.
Oh hell!
It was pretty cool, but it was super hot down there. It was 90 degrees. You know, you expect tunnels to be cold, but you don't. Loud and hot is not usually on the on the list of things you associate with tunnels.
Indeed.
Yeah, most of my tunnel experiences were pretty minimal at my old high school.
I should go to France. I should find skulls in the catacombs and steal the skulls.
I will say I will not give the French people much, but I think theoretically they popped off with the food, so there's that.
Yeah.
I think the most ethical way to source a skull is to steal it from the French.
How are you stealing the skull? How are you doing this? What's your method? Where are you finding it?
I think they've
somewhere where the French keep all their skulls.
Fair.
I feel like
maybe killing a
crimes against
Frenchman,
humanity in
taking a
France.
We were talking a lot last stream about the bone stealing witch, about her whole deal, and it's we were talking about it's if you apparently she was in she stole bones in fucking New Orleans or something, where it's where it's pretty safe to assume that the bones you're gonna like. So,
no, it was in like a historic black cemetery.
Well, it's fucking Louisiana. A lot of the bodies are gonna be of slaves, right? That are just because like because it's such a wet state, it's just like a wet area. A lot of bones are just gonna like seep up through the ground. So like you can just find human bones really easily.
Yeah. Whenever it floods, you would just go and pick up like.
And you'd think like if I'm walking around and I just like find a human bone on the street and I just pick that thing up, you're not gonna think too hard about like where that thing came from, like what was the source of them bones. But like if you think about it for more than 5 minutes, you just be like, okay, where could this possibly have come from? Was there like was somebody like killed and buried here recently? Is this fresh? Is this old? If it is old, who could it be? Who like lived here historically? And like if you like are in Louisiana and you think about that for more than 5 minutes, you're gonna realize that it's slave bones. You should know that. If you actually think about where these human bones are coming from, which if you find human bones is something you should be thinking about. So
yeah.
So
the leap of human bones to enslaved human bones is
no, it's like but you actually have to like you gotta think about this. It didn't come from nowhere, girl. And
consider, am I standing on the site of historic crime? Yes? Let's leave those bones there.
Am I backwards? Oh, it's this motherfucker. It's him.
A lot of bones that are alleged to be donated ethically are super not ethical as well. Like, some of them even come from, like, straight up murder. Like, but I all this said, I still want a skull someday. I just need to figure out how to get one that isn't from a bunch of evil people.
I think I'd much rather have animal bones than human bones.
There's specific reasons I need a human skull. There are specific reasons I need it. I'm not going to explain.
Just heal? Hello?
Yes, that happens.
I didn't know we could
very
do that. Like, I would much rather have animal bones than human bones. I think they'd be much like, they are much more likely to be more ethically sourced, and they're frankly just cooler. I just like them. I just want to.
I think humans have a good skull.
Humans got good skulls.
Those are easy to get.
But I'd rather have an animal skull.
Negotiate with those fucking crows though, because they will wreck your shit.
Not if they're dead.
Yeah, they're family though.
Like for the stuff, the Andrew Tembley related stuff. There's only like a few specific kinds of skull that like work, and they always prefer a human skull, and preferably they like want one from like someone who's doing the exact same kind of occultism as you, and like if there were more like burial rites, like RIGHTS, like or like rights about like how you want your remains disposed of, then like, you know, a lot of this wouldn't be a problem, but you can't have like your skull on your family's mantle or whatever, you know, after you die. You can't have your like. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here's the thing, Jack. I have this very fun track record where crows just kind of like me. So I think if I had any of their bones or their family's bones, I don't think they'd care that much. I think I think they'd target me, realize I'm all right, and not say any shit.
Yeah, I have a similar. I have a lot of animal bones because I just find them a lot. I don't know why
Do you want the background on that? Because I'm not really making this up.
No, I believe you.
Okay, then I won't tell you.
I don't believe you.
Well, then I'll have the receipts. So I had this fun little. Part of this was a fun little period where I would feed the crows that showed up on my campus. I would like make they would always hang around these like little trees where like everybody fucking walks through on the way to classes. So like they're usually pretty crowded. Like you can always see them and they would very rarely caw at anything. But I would always like make sure to stop by when there wasn't anybody around. I'd bring unsalted peanuts and just kind of leave them around for them to gather. And they started recognizing me, so they would always caw at me without fail as I passed.
That's so dope.
Yeah, and
Rules.
the local crows have kind of flown on from my neighborhood, but there was a good little period in like late January where whenever I would sound myself, oh, paramedic feline, thanks for the raid. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Only three of you guys. What are we all up to? Oh, whoa. So what happens now is occasionally when the local crows are around and they're in the trees, they will only caw when I'm like at work when my voice plays through the drive box. They seem to like me.
That's funny.
It does rock. It makes me very, very happy because I love Chris so much. They're my babies. They're my cousins.
I have a connection with crows. I very much enjoy identifying.
They attract a lot of folks, including me. And I like birds in general. Like I have an entire birds tag where it's just like birds just make me incredibly happy. If you guys remember, there's this one piece of art that Tara did a little while ago that was like 5 like big old red like heron looking birds, and they're all this kind of big group that have a bunch of eyes coming off of them, and of these 5 birds, there are only 6 legs between them, implying that some or all of them are connected and the same being. And for some reason, looking at that made me insane. Like I was just like, this is profound. This is everything. This is me. This is what I believe.
That's true. That's facts.
I don't know. I have strong reactions about her. That hurt me.
I always think about.
I'm a reptiles person.
Any specific reptiles?
Like
Any specific favorites?
Snakes.
Snakes are rad. I do love me some snakes. Paramedic.
You gotta love the serpent.
They were
wait, before we completely move on from the bones conversation, I think we should have a right to not get buried in a $10,000 funeral. I think I should be able to figure out how I want my flesh and bones disposed of. I want to be boiled like a saint and have all the flesh off my body, and then have people use my bones as whatever they want for like magical implements or decorations or jewelry or whatever else. That's what I want.
I do want to.
You can't do that legally.
Well,
there is a local cult that
hold up.
Thought mummification.
There's
right?
a couple of calls I gotta make.
Okay, yeah.
Feline, thanks for apparently watched 3 consecutive streams in a month. You're on a watch streak? That's a new feature. I didn't know that existed. Thank you so much for sharing that. Also 3 times this month. It's my first stream of the month of March. Is it just like the month-long period?
Days, probably.
And Mushrooms, thanks for the 400 bits. Bloodborne's bits blast. Thank you so much. Haven't seen you around a little bit. How you doing? Oh, it's your birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Mushrooms!
Happy birthday.
Holy shit! You got a year badge. You've been around for a little while. Yeah, you got a tier 2. Yeah, you're a fucking pillar of the community. You can now rent a car. Oh, I can only.
Oh yeah, you're up the age. You're like what, 24 now?
I think it's 26 to get a rent a car. You can rent a car.
25,
Wait, I can't rent a car.
You can rent a U-Haul when you're 18.
That's not a car. Never mind. Okay.
You can get a pickup
25.
U-Haul when you're 18.
I
can rent a
U-Haul
car. Hell yeah.
And move some free furniture.
And rent a car. I always think about the person I saw on Tumblr at one point who said that. As previously mentioned, I'm from Portland. I was thinking about the person online who said that Portland has crows like other cities have pigeons, because that is 100%. I gotta show you.
That is so real.
That is the single strongest thing I've ever heard that has made me want to live in Portland. I've never thought about that until right this minute. Like, maybe that'd be nice.
At some point. This video I took of like 900,000 crows up the street from my mom's house.
Oh baby.
I grew up in like the Camas, Vancouver area, and that's so true. Just everywhere is crows.
Delicious.
Yeah, no, I
miss that part of the country.
Really get that like pigeons were the city bird for so long, just because like crows were the bird around where I grew up. That was 100% of the birds.
Do you know what we have in Salt Lake?
What do you have in Salt Lake? Tell us now.
Fucking rat bird. We have seagulls.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's our state bird. There's a Mormon bookstore.
Not common in the States or something?
We're in the direct center of the country, in the middle of the desert. We just have them because there's a salt lake.
There's a giant body of water.
With brine shrimp in it that they like. It's got a unique species of brine shrimp in it, and they love that. And so, I don't know, the seagulls just hang out here, and you'll just see them like at a strip mall in the middle of the desert in the mountains. Where you don't see them anywhere else in the rest of the country because they're,
Yeah, I do.
They hang around saltwater.
I think I might have deleted that video.
Spitz!
Hi, Spitzy!
Hi. How you doing? Everybody, if you guys want to know where the hell I was off to last night, it was over with her. Attack.
Heck yeah.
Don't actually do that. I will take this opportunity now because I haven't talked about this yet. First of all, I have a few things to say. First of all, kissy kissy, mwah, love you, Spitz. Second of all, when I was on her channel yesterday, she was downloading me on a Yakuza 0. Now y'all know my whole thing is like video game lore and video game history and everything like that. I knew a lot about this game before I never played it. I knew all about Metal Gear Solid before I actually played the games. I know a lot about games I haven't played, right? Yeah, y'all know this about me.
I do know this about you.
Now, I did not know a single fucking thing about Yakuza going into last night, so that was that was delightful. Carson, have you played a Yakuza game? I feel like you have.
I have played 5 of the Yakuza games.
Which ones? Tell me right now.
Yakuza 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and about half of 5 before I got really burned out on the series.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she was showing me a Yakuza 0 yesterday. Some of the Majima section, and it was pretty great. So the way it's all set up, the way it's all designed is so endearing to me. Majima is such a fun character. I'm so interested in like.
Oh, he gets even better in the other games.
Yeah, I understand he's incredibly spicy in the other ones, and he's like kind of subdued in 0. I can still see some of the hints of like the Majima I've seen through like Osmosis, and like his fighting style and some of his and obviously his dialect and whatnot. I'm so excited to work. Okay, so Yakuza is filled with a bunch of men that I think I would definitely call baby girl. Now, Spitz pushed back on me calling Majima baby girl. What would you call him, Carson? Kiryu is a baby girl, though. What do you think about Majima? Yeah.
There is so much that you have not like seen because it's.
I know. He literally goes in a skirt in the later games. Spitz did tell me that.
Yeah, I think that Yakuza 0 is one of the most original in the series because honestly, after I played through 5 of them, 1 through 4 have some of the like exact same beats. You meet the same fucking detective every single time. You always end up at this fucking bar. You always end up at some fight on the Millennium Tower, which you don't know about yet. And somebody always takes a bullet for you.
Okay.
It has happened every time.
I like a story with like that's a little self-referential, that's got like got some consistent beats, it's some motifs and whatnot. But like I can see how that would get old.
It's like how in Homestuck, Nicolas Cage is present in every universe. Like he's like a universal constant in all the multiverses.
Sure. Why the fuck not? Every fucking piece of media is this goddamn webcomic. Anyway, let's talk about Yakuza instead. I
love bringing it up to like hurt people.
I don't. Let's talk about Yakuza. Oh shit! But yeah, no, Zero was really fun to watch. Spitz showed me the some of the karaoke sections, and have you done karaoke in Zero, Carson?
Yeah.
It's pretty delightful, I gotta say. That cinematic was really fun.
Kiryu and Majima get really into it. Did they show you like one of the dancing scenes?
Yes, she showed me Friday night.
I think there's one of them where Kiryu and Majima end up like dancing together.
I've seen gifs of that.
I don't remember which one it is though.
Oh, I would love that. It's
my friend
so
shows
good.
up to the stream and messages me, "Dear God, there's beasts in here." Oh, there sure are.
There's beasts.
Yeah, their names are
beasts
names are Riley, Carson, Jack, Caveat, and Lake Mojave.
I'm more of an object than a beast.
Spitz just said men sharing moments of dance, and girl, I don't know why I did this. I read that as sharing moments of divorce. I don't know why. I get a whiff of divorce off of the Yakuza men. I don't know what it is.
I would say that Kiryu and Majima are divorced at some
No,
point.
I'd say that Kiryu is begrudgingly married to Majima and he can't find a way out of it.
That's good. Spitz, start taking notes. That's absolutely right. They are kind of actively courting, though. They kind of got that going on.
I'm actively courting your mom.
Ow. I'm doing a different dungeon to grind for materials because I literally can't think of anything else to do because I don't want to fucking... Oh shit, my weapon's broken. Fuck, okay. Go back. I should probably take off the durability thing at this point. I'm not fighting the same boss repeatedly. I wouldn't mind like... I wouldn't mind not having to go back to the Hunter's Tree repeatedly.
Yeah, the Yakuza series for me was like very inspirational towards my enjoyment of like combat and certain things, just because you saw the heat moves in Yakuza 0.
Yeah, I did.
Fucking
What are
imagine
heat
just
moves?
killing people.
I do, so what I love about the thug style in Yakuza 0 is so the funny thing about it is it really it reminds me of this one scene in the movie The Departed. It's a movie by Martin Scorsese. It's like the kind of Boston crime movie where Leonardo DiCaprio plays a cop embedded with the Irish mob, and Matt Damon plays a member of the Irish mob embedded with the state police, and they're both trying to take each other down. And as part of his cover, Leo's character just for some reason like beats the shit out of these like random 2 Italian mob guys in a corner store for like no reason. And like the way he fights is like so like scrappy and mean and bruisey, and it reminds me a lot of that style in of the thug style in Yakuza. It's like the goal is to just win. You just go in there, beat the fuck out of them, crack his fucking head, win, idiot.
Did you see all of Kiryu's fighting styles?
I saw Thug. I saw the one where he does all the spins, and I saw the one with the bat.
I do not believe Mojave has.
That,
seen
the one with the
Kiryu
bat
at
is
all.
going to be Majima. The one
Kiryu.
my favorite one.
I haven't seen all the Kiryus. In fact, I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't see any, I didn't see any Kiryu sections.
My favorite fighting style from Kiryu is just like he specializes in picking up big things and swinging them at people. So
yeah.
I get into a fight and I pick up somebody's fucking moped and just start going down with it.
Oh yeah. Majima has something like that in Thug, yeah, where he just picks up random bicycles. Casting motorcycle blast.
Is it beast style? I thought it was like bear style or something.
No, yeah, it's beast style.
Going beast mode.
You know, I what I want to do is I really want to get into this series now. Like, I've always kind of wanted to. I noticed this big gap in my repertoire. It seems.
I think they're on PC now.
Yeah, they're all on PC, so they're accessible. I have this PS4, but not for very long, so that's good. But what I really want is to like go through the whole series.
Tell me what you really want.
I want to go through the series and a few others over like June, July, maybe August also. I want to do that. I want to do Devil May Cry. I want to do Doom and like a few other series that are just like guys in there being dudes in like really, really campy situations. And I'm calling it Dudes Rock Summer.
Yeah, I mean, Devil May Cry is one of the proprietors of Dudes Rock.
It really is.
It was one of the origins of that title.
Hell yeah,
Have you played the new Wolfenstein games?
I have not played the new Wolfenstein games. Would those count?
God!
Are those Dudes Rock?
I think that
Those are
any
Dudes Rock.
dude who's gleefully murdering that many Nazis deserves to be on Dudes Rock.
I feel like it's a little bit too dour for Dudes Rock.
Yeah,
it's like schlocky and like a very good like. It's got this like camp like sensibility to it that you don't like quite get from a lot of the trailers, where it's like very like action schlock in like certain sections.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Book
like-
of Dump Truck. Yes, The Departed was inspired by the Hong Kong action movie Infernal Affairs. I did know this. And there are a few scenes in the movie that kind of reference that. There's like a scene where they like chase each other down in Chinatown, and they keep missing each other. It's so cool. I like that movie. Yeah,
Just
Wolfenstein.
like in John Wick. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but like if Wolfenstein counts, maybe if Wolfenstein and Doom would be too much of the same kind of beat, then I don't know if I would do that.
No, they're pretty different games.
Oh, okay. Are we talking like modern iterations or like Wolfenstein?
The modern iterations are pretty different games. Like,
okay.
They're very like chunky, fun like shooters. Like, they're maybe like I haven't played the new Doom like plot wise.
You
know what I mean?
Now Carson, a fellow Metal Gear player. Metal Gear Rising is kind of a Dudes Rock game, but I'm kind of already trying to hack through that. Of all of the Metal Gear Solid games that I have access to, Snake Eater might be the Dudes Rock one. What say thee?
I would put in a good argument for Phantom Pain as well.
Phantom Pain definitely works. Problem is, I've already done a whole lot of that. I'm getting close to true ending, so that would be a little redundant. I've already showed the beginning of the game twice. Also, yes, Flower Sheeps, enjoy your Carol from HR. All of you guys, look at her. Unfortunately, Mikowash is hiding her delicious legs. If I'm 2 drinks in, if I think too long about her, I'm gonna succumb to a lustful gaze. Anyway.
Someone hit the button. Someone hit the button.
So, what the fuck was I? Right. Snake Eater. I think Snake Eater is probably a good runner-up. Really, the first one, which I could probably find some way to add. I think you can find the first Metal Gear Solid game online somewhere. I think it's possible.
Yeah, you could probably get like an emulator or something, man.
I think it's like available on like other like other proprietors that aren't Steam.
Oh.
Yeah, not Epic Games, but like there's like other ones. There's like ones that are like specifically geared towards retro games. So like I think you can probably find it there. But that would be like original Metal Gear Solid with like the polygons. That'd be pretty fun because we've already watched Twin Snakes together. So
yeah, we did. So there's we got to do the original now.
It's new ground. So
polygons is when you have multiple partners, right?
That's it. Just like Metal Gear Solid with Meryl and Otacon. So yeah, we do Yakuza. I don't know which. I kind of want to start with the original just so I can get into the series. Devil May Cry. I would have to pick one of them. It would have to be either. I think it has to be either 3 or 5. Honestly.
I would suggest 5.
Okay. What about you, Carson? You're a Devil May Cry enjoyer.
It was good, but I think 3 is a better starting point for like all the very campy dudes rock. Yeah, I mean, because like the first hour of the game, you get a scene of Dante skateboarding on a missile.
Yeah, dude, I forgot about that.
While screaming like "yippee" and "fuck yeah,
Yahoo!
man!" It's so out there.
As far as like gaming goes, like the actual playing of the game, 5 is.
5 looks like a really good game. I'm really excited to play that, but I do want like a good taste of what it's going to be like, and I have seen the intro cinematic for 3 and the part that Carson's talking about. I'm very interested in that.
I think you could probably get DMC 1 done in a single stream if you're like cracked. I used to be able to finish it 3 times in a day.
I've gotten
when I was like 10.
I'm pretty all right at Revengeance. So I can imagine myself being pretty okay at Devil May Cry.
Well, see, the only issue is that Devil May Cry 1 is very unpolished.
Okay.
Like, the combos are alright, but it does not string very well together because it was the first one.
Right.
There's not that much to it, though.
No, it is very simple.
Some random guy 109
it can just be a bit clunky sometimes.
Some random guy 109 asks, could Sonic be Dude Rock? I think...
I mean, like, Sonic Adventure 2, yeah.
You could argue that, but, like, I want my foray into Sonic games to be a different project. Because, like, I've been, like, kind of building up the fact that I haven't played any Sonic games. And, like, there's gotta be an event about that one. There's like a whole list of Sonic games that I'm gonna play. I'm gonna like play like a selection from the series. I don't know which though.
We should start you off on Sonic 06 so that it only gets better from there.
That's actually the best argument I've heard for Sonic 06. People keep bringing it up as like suggesting it as a joke, but like no, that's actually the right. Son of a.
Oh no.
Oh my god, he didn't suck me. Thank God.
You almost got sucked.
That would have been bad. God damn it, I actually did.
That would have been sucked.
Yeah, so like I want to play SA2, I kind of want to play, I do want to play Shadow the Hedgehog. I kind of want to play Sonic Frontiers. My friend April has spoiled me on the on the boss finishers in that game, and I gotta say, some of them have no right to go so hard. And it brings back the butt rock, which I'm into. That's the Sonic that I'm familiar with, so that's cool. But yeah, well, there's some talk about this. Everyone I talk to about this has a different suggestion. I saw someone stream Sonic Heroes not too long ago. That looked alright, looked fun. Hey, Havoc.
I have someone I follow who's very into Sonic, and they posted a piece of Sonic fan art.
Oh, I'm scared.
Uh-oh.
Let me.
That sentence is a warning.
I will send it to Stream Live Blogging.
It's like bright orange on a creature.
Watch out! Rain. So for Dudes Rock Summer, for the months of June and July, we've got Yakuza, assorted Yakuzas, probably starting from Kiwami, starting from the top. Devil May Cry, probably starting from 3, and if we finish 3, going to either 4 or 5. Metal Gear Solid 3
is pretty good, although it does get a little more, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It just gets it gets more serious. That's the word I'm looking for.
In 4?
And they kind of drop back into the silly when you get to a certain section.
Oh baby, I'm so
Nero is incredibly serious for most of his section.
Yeah.
This is the funny thing is it's like his story, so he's incredibly invested. And Dante shows up and he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
That's literally, I love that vibe so much. That rules.
Yeah, because like Nero is like chasing his past and the girl he loves, and Dante comes in like, you know what? You sit down, have a nap. I'll just take over from here, man. I got it. I'm better than you.
Dead weight.
Okay, everyone can go look at vlogging.
So we've got that. We've got Yakuza starting from the top. Oh shit, this isn't where I wanted to go. We've got Devil May Cry. We've got Modern Doom. I think this is a good repertoire. We could alternate per week. That's a good set list. No, that's because these are some games that I have either never streamed or never played, and I really want to. Because if I really want to make Doom, ever since Ultra Kill, I've really wanted to get into Doom. Because ever since yesterday really sold me on Yakuza. I've been a public Metal Gear enjoyer for so long that it's time that I fucking play Snake Eater. And the thing is, Metal Gear Solid 3 is the one that's about all the shit that I like. The reason I like Phantom Pain and Snake Eater so much is because they're the historical fiction Metal Gear Solids. They're the ones where, Richard Nixon is, relevant to the series and shit. They're the ones that, imply that, wait a minute, there was a brief little period where, Big Boss was taking orders from Henry Kissinger.
I'd love to see you play, the Black Ops series.
Why?
Because it's bad, but in, a very, war crimes-y way. I don't know, it's good.
I don't know.
Is it a very bland FPS, though.
Is it a
game that you would what?
Is it a game that I would actually enjoy, or is this just
the gameplay is nice, but the everything else is oh my god, you know?
It is not Dudes Rock.
It is not Dudes Rock. It is Dudes Suck.
That's
And not in a fun way either.
I feel like there's just other games that I want to get that out of. If I want to experience
fair
that,
enough.
I would get that out of fucking Halo, ODST and Reach, or just that. Give me that
Dudes
shit.
Suck.
Yeah, dudes kind of suck, actually.
Take my advice, rookie.
Motherfucker!
What was the make sure she's got balls line?
And Jessica, I also kind of have a principled stance against playing Call of Duty on stream. I'm not interested in doing that.
Oh yeah, that's fair, actually.
Call
of Duty.
Okay, go back.
I love calling it Call of Duty to
Yeah, it's pretty good. Actually,
people who are fans of the series.
Go forward, because I'm farming Bloodful.
Okay, you guys said butt rock. What is butt rock?
You know Soundgarden?
It's the stuff they play in Sonic games when you're just in random missions.
I don't. That's butt rock.
Think every song in Shadow the Hedgehog.
I haven't played Shadow the Hedgehog.
Listen to the soundtrack then.
Yeah.
I'm not a gamer. I'm a lamer.
Yeah, Live and Learn is quintessential butt rock, absolutely.
So follow me, set me free. That's the
kinda. Yeah, you're getting it.
Okay.
It's the kind of shit that you would use in an AMV of the Majin Vegeta fight from DBZ.
That just, in my brain, is like Linkin Park. Is Linkin Park butt rock?
It's adjacent to butt rock, yeah.
Nu metal and butt rock are like cousins?
Yeah, totally. Absolutely they are. That's just a true statement.
I mean, like, they're almost indistinguishable in some regards.
They're distinguishable, but they're
really?
very, very closely related. Like Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, fucking what else? It's like it's that lovely little intersection between grunge and emo that gives us the soundtrack for Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I don't know those bands.
You don't know? You haven't heard of fucking Pearl Jam?
I've heard of Pearl Jam. I've never heard Pearl Jam.
That's fair.
Do they get like played on the radio?
I don't know. Jessica, you should have a stream about ice death planets, mushroom lungs, and lava. I could do that. That is a thing that I can do.
Ice death planets, mushroom lungs, and lava?
Yeah, I can do that.
Is that a game?
I think it's just a fun, silly topic that I could talk about. Okay, what's the next boss in this goddamn zone?
Follow me.
Oh, it's an album by King Gizzard. You know what? Sure, why not?
Oh.
You know what? Now that you've said that makes total sense. It sounds like a fucking King Gizzard album title. Alright, who's next? Oh, it's these bitches! It's other hunters!
One of my like favorite eras of Tumblr posting was when people would just be like, new Death Grips track list released, and then it was just like a bunch of like nonsense words kind of put together that sounded kind of like Death Grip songs.
Yeah. I gotta say, as much as I like renounce my association with like pop punk and everything like that, it's very funny that like I really love the person who writes this weird run-on sentence and someone responds with "My Fallout Boy." But it makes me sad because their song titles don't sound like that anymore. It's like,
they should fix that.
Your roots. They really should. Oh fuck! I finally got to fight two. Damn, Flamespear kind of pops off. Christ almighty. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, mind how there's no cap on arcane damage.
They're standing there.
Standing here. They're standing here.
Fall Boy. You know what, Jessica? You're so right. The moment Fall Boy became normal was when they started getting bitches. You're so right.
Okay, I'm not standing for any Mania slander here. I love that album.
It's
fuck
mid.
you.
Mania? What is Mania?
It's the fucking purple Fall Out Boy album, the one they like released in like 2017, 18. I don't remember. It's mid.
Last of the Real Ones is great.
It's fine.
I can't listen to it anymore because it reminds me of my ex, but it is a great song.
It's okay.
I haven't listened to any Fall Out Boy since they like got back together. Apart from like what gets played.
You're not missing too much. Literally everything from since they got back together sounds like it was made by an industry plan. Literally the only good Fall Out Boy was made between like 2007 and 9.
I still listen to all that old Fall Out Boy stuff. I just haven't listened
it's
to
really
any
good.
Other
It's
stuff.
fun.
Your gun does so much fucking damage.
It's ridiculous. Look at this. Get shit on. I gotta give him the old. Yeah. Yeah, their post hiatus stuff is like okay. It's okay.
It's very like radio friendly.
It is. It's kind of indistinguishable.
Like,
it's really
your boss will play over the speakers.
It is. It's some Imagine Dragons sound-alike kind of shit.
You're so right.
It's
Killing
unfortunate.
both of you.
Yes, because
A person very
you
close
hate
to me
the
is
truth,
related.
Jack. You hate the truth.
God, remember that post where people were like, Imagine Dragons are Mormons and they hate gay people? And I was...
No, that was so fucking. That was
Oh God,
so funny.
that was-
It's like,
that
you don't-
post made me
That
so
was
mad.
a take.
Because I was like, no, this guy, like, locally donated 50 grand to the, like, LGBT, like, org that I'm a part of. Like, or I was a part of at the time. I just... It drove me, like, kind of insane. Like, someone calling an ex-Mormon a Mormon
That's fucking ridiculous.
really grinds my gears.
That's like someone I can. That's literally the same as if someone tried to make that claim about like the members of Panic at the Disco or whatever. It's like, buddy, they're not exactly like I'm not exactly fond of all of them, but like saying that they're homophobic just because they are like from Utah and are more like were Mormons once is bug fuck. That doesn't make that you.
Yeah, I don't know. You
pulling
can't
that out
help
of your
being
ass.
born into a
Most of
Jessica,
us,
you are
everyone in
100%
your
right.
most of us are
everyone in
raised
your
21
family.
Pilots is music for theater kids and awful.
God, my dad was into 21 Pilots.
Oh God.
fucking. I don't know how you can claim that somebody is just like naturally aligned with Mormon values when so many of us were fucking raised Catholic.
Yeah.
I will not be kissing the Pope's toes anytime soon. Let me tell you something.
Rose?
Me neither. Yeah, I also have nothing kind to say about 21 Pilots. Literally, like, even the songs they have that are kind of good are also really annoying.
That's the thing, is that, like, 21 Pilots, on top of being huge dipshits, also make bad music.
They have
Like,
like
you
a
don't
few
get
good
a
songs
pass
that it
for
like
being a
doesn't.
huge dipshit if you make good music, but, like, 21 Pilots isn't even good.
They make maybe like one good song per project, which is a very very bad
And even
win
that,
rate.
and even that one is usually
It's still
wears
mid.
thin.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That's a good way to put it. It wears thin.
Yeah.
You can't. It does not have a lot of replay value. And then, oh my god, when I found out that guy is the 21 Pilots guy is a Christian though, like, and
is
some of
he?
the music is very like explicit. Yeah, it's like explicitly Christian in some places.
It is.
It's bad.
Havoc is right though. I'm not the biggest like I don't know how listener, but it is good, and I'm happy that like Dallin Weeks of former Panic at the Disco fame is actually doing something like fun and original and good. Like that's great. That's awesome. And I'm also happy that Panic at the Disco doesn't exist anymore. Like that makes me extremely happy.
The
Yeah,
equal.
Do you
that's
guys know
good.
Knocked Loose?
What's that?
Do you guys know Knocked Loose?
No, I do not.
They're a hardcore band from where I grew up. My little brother was friends with them.
Oh, dope.
And now they're like big. I never got to see them perform live because I was always working when I lived there. But they're really good. Like if you like hardcore at all.
Cool.
Or metal.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Brain Cells is so right. The fall of Brendan Urie is extraordinarily funny. It's because like
Really
what's
is.
funny about it to me is that like it wasn't even like he did anything that catalyzed it. He was just kind of like really annoying. Like he's just kind of a dick.
Can you explain what this is to me?
Brendan Urie is the Panic at the Disco guy.
Yeah, I know that much.
And to illustrate how much of a annoying asshole this dude is, he has been the only listed member of the band for like 8 years. He has literally been like, no, I am the only one in this band. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. No, you're not. You have like the people that you like regularly tour with and record with and like are producing your music. It's not just you, asshole. Like, why? Oh,
he's not even like the good part, is he?
No, like literally everybody else was like a better contributor to that group than he was.
Fascinating to me. What's fascinating to me about Panic at the Disco is that like, obviously, like their early albums before it was just him were fun. The Death of Bachelor
really goofy, yeah.
Sucks. Death of Bachelor sucks, but he's still a good singer on that album. I don't know how that changed in the meantime, in the intervening. Like he stopped being a good singer.
Yeah. He just like decided to
the
throw
song
his voice
Death of
out.
the Bachelor, if you ignore the lyrics, just the sound of his voice is enjoyable. After that, bad. He stopped even being a good singer.
No, he doesn't take care of his voice. He has like notoriously not listened to his vocal coaches. He constantly drinks on tour. Yeah, he like does these like insane like out of range high notes every time he performs live that like are just I have tried them. They fucking hurt. They are not good for your long-term vocal health. Don't do that shit.
You guys want to know something really, really fucking funny? So I used to find the album Death of a Bachelor like really profoundly triggering for a long time, and so I didn't listen to it for years.
Even
but then
that
I listened...
is funny. Even
yes,
that on
okay.
its own is
Initially,
great.
yes, that's funny. But even better, a few months ago, I went back and listened to it again just to see, and the music is so bad it no longer has any power over me.
That's awesome. Incredible.
I was listening to it and I was like, this just sucks. Like, this is just bad. Oh, hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. How was Lancer? How you doing, bestie?
Oh, Jim was
Can
playing
you elaborate
Rambo.
on like how it's bad? Because I've only heard like the one famous Panic at the Disco song, I think, and then I've also
But they have
heard
to be more specific than that.
the Pete Buttigieg song as well.
The what? Hang on, Riley, you're gonna have to explain that.
The Pete Buttigieg song. He wrote Pete Buttigieg's like campaign song, the Hi.
That was.
Oh God.
Oh wait, was that? Oh Jesus fucking Christ! No wonder no one voted for Lil Homie Gay Ass. Jesus. I didn't know this.
Never vote for Lil Homie Gay Ass.
Oh, let me be clear. America will never vote for Lil Homie Gay Ass.
That post fucking kills me. I think about it all the time.
Good God.
People are like, I think people are really missing out by not being on Tumblr. You know, all these Twitter people don't have Lil Homie Gay Ass. You know?
Yeah.
What do they have?
There was a fun little period where like there were several memes that would show up on Twitter that like definitely originated on Tumblr. That's kind of stopped at this point. People have and like it went on for a little while and people didn't like were like no one was willing to acknowledge that this came from Tumblr. But like now there's finally some shit that is breaking containment, like the Goncharov shit. Where it's like you finally have
everybody's like this sucks ass.
Yeah, like
we hate Goncharov.
This is awful. Get out of here.
Which is good. We're firing enough shots.
And like I feel like Tumblr users were like saying that as a joke for like a good couple of like a good year or so. But like Goncharov really actually was that because that one legitimately did show up outside of Tumblr in a very tangible way, which is awesome and good.
Remember, like, people being like, you have to tag Goncharov. Like, most of the posts for a while were just like, tag Goncharov as Unreality, and it's like, if every post is talking about how it's a fake movie and acknowledging that it's fake, I don't...
It's like, dude...
I don't know. Like, we kind of...
You can Google Goncharov right now to know that it isn't real. There are New York Times articles about this.
Well, there was like this subset of posts that were specifically which I feel like happened. They did the same thing they do every time anybody's like, "Hey guys, here is a problem," and then everybody's like, "Okay, we need to extrapolate this as far as we possibly can," because there would be a subset of posts that would talk about Goncharov like it was a real movie that actually might set someone off, and then everybody was like, every time you talk about Goncharov, including on posts where they explicitly talk about it not being a real movie, yeah, it was funny.
Incredible shit.
I don't know. I haven't been a person that
Website.
really tagged things that aren't like explicitly NSFW or like
oh my god, I had the stupidest tagging argument with someone.
Like, unless a follower like tells me to do it, I'm not gonna do it.
Fuck the fans. I do what I want.
Yeah, this is my house. I had the stupidest argument with someone about tagging stuff. You remember this, Sebastian?
I unfortunately
I've got to know. What was the argument?
I had a
Let's give the synopsis because this is a long story.
Yeah, trans girl who insisted that I trigger tag drag queens for her.
Oh.
Because some drag performer, because she seems to she had a very interesting ahistorical understanding of drag as somehow inherently transmisogynistic.
It's fucking nuts.
That's so weird because it's like
bonkers. It was like every drag queen personally, easily all of the drag queens that I know are trans femme.
Yeah, I only know trans femme drag queens.
Yeah, and like it was
that's actually a good point. I actually of the drag queens that I know personally, they're exclusively trans femme people.
And I was like, because she was like, a lot of the most famous drag performers are or associate with transphobes, and I was like, okay, that's fair, but A, that doesn't make drag transphobic any more than the fact that there are a lot of really famous racist musicians makes music racist. But also, and I will tag those performers if you want. I'll tag RuPaul for you, but I'm not tagging drag queens.
It's
kind of
this
is like an opinion someone who's never interacted with their local queer community.
Go outside.
Yeah, no, it's an opinion you can only have by kind of poisoning yourself online for a long time and not going and talking to people. I think
and then
the problem
I
with
told her
queer people, they all stopped having sex.
Kill herself.
They all stopped going outside. They all stopped having sex. They just started posting about Steven Universe. And
I told her I wasn't gonna do it, and she threatened to kill herself.
Yeah, that did happen.
And then
that did happen.
And she was like, I wish why can't I keep any friends? And I'm like, girl, maybe this is why.
Oh my goodness.
That's an incredibly upsetting thing to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And so is also a threat of suicide.
And then she tried to make a call-out post for me, except she put the call-out post because she threatened to kill herself on a post publicly on her blog, and then sent it to me, which was cute.
Behavior.
And then she
regular
tried to make a call-out post about me, except she put the call-out part on the same post where she was threatening to kill herself over it, which is girl, you can't even skew the facts right.
Yeah, this ain't making you look good.
You're supposed to paint yourself.
Yeah, you're supposed to make me look needlessly aggressive.
Oh, where'd you go? There you are. Ah, Christ.
You're supposed to pretend that I called you a slur about it. Come on.
Yeah, get out of here. This is basic shit.
Or make up a way in which something that you did say could be construed as a slur if you squint right in an alternate universe.
She put screenshots on the post, and they were me being look, I'm sorry, this is not a solution that I'm comfortable with. I could not have been more even-handed if I tried.
This is a lot of Tumblr interactions. I can't believe people still
cast and then
are behaving
not guilty. Damn it, I missed. Ow. Ow. Gucci. Yow. Surprised I dodged that. Guy hasn't even got you not guilty! Fucking Christ, I'm trying to style on him.
File points currently at 0.
Ow.
Is there like a way that we
do you
can
think
stop?
do you think I'll ever say ow like I'm not into whatever pain I'm receiving? Like, do you think I'm capable of this, guys? I did say yummy in, like, you know how every time I do, it's in the voice that makes you want to call me a slur so bad. I said it in like my normal voice recently, and it really freaked me out. It didn't feel right.
Can
Do it.
Can you
Do it.
Can
Say
you try
yummy
it
in a
for us
normal
now?
voice.
I was sort of
Yeah.
just like yummy,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, ew. That
That's
was
your
someone else
normal
talking.
voice?
Yeah. That's like closer.
That sounds.
That's closer to how I talk than yummy.
It is. Yeah, it is closer to how you talk than
I
that.
mean,
but
there's
also
nothing to be done for your
also-
fruitiness.
I still wanted to call you a slur, so
Either way,
I don't
yeah,
know.
okay. I'm glad that energy is still consistent.
Regardless of how hard we try, you will still be. I shan't say it.
Okay.
you can't say it. You violate TOS.
I can't do it.
Cast the name of God.
You
You're
get
not
banned
guilty.
for getting
Yeah!
on your own stream.
Idiot.
Imagine.
Do him dirty in front of the whole squad. Sun Tzu.
Pretty sure that is in the Art of War.
Yeah.
There's probably something about demoralizing the army by.
Yeah, it's
bullying
do him
the
dirty in front of the whole squad.
First day of the 2nd century warlord.
Fellas, who wants to be warlord and loser liege lord with me?
What if we were warlord and loser liege lord, but we were
And we held hands at the wizard camp? And we're both boys?
What if the poop version of our misinformation nursery rhyme actually
Gave away the
coordinates
enemy's
of
formations?
The loser liege lord's formations by a strange coincidence of homophones.
What if to improve my wizard disguise, I altered my costume to passively disguise myself as a woman? Would that be weird?
And enter the women's area of the camp where you find my loser liege lord's wife, who tells me the poop version of a misinformation rhyme that I realized. Yeah.
Ah. I forget when the right time to parry this guy is.
I love, like, just a little, like, bit in there that like, he's attracted to the loser liege lord.
Don't ask what I was doing in my loser liege lord's room, it's not important.
Now neither the men I love nor the man I love.
I also love how fast the cut from the man I love is. It's like instant.
I don't remember the cut.
Oh, it's just like the moment the man I love, like the man I love is like one line of text, and that immediately cuts the image away. I'm gonna leave. As a strong advocate of not fighting the same boss over and over, I'm gonna go not fight the same boss over and over.
Speaking of cut, I want to know like what your feelings are on those like cut button videos. You know, so like dating.
To me.
You don't know these videos?
No.
Oh my goodness, they're kind of nightmarish. So it's like a dating show on YouTube where like you press a button to like end the date and like move on to the next speed date.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's got some of the most like deranged, awkward, or like uncomfortable interactions you will ever see. I need you to see these. Actually, I want to force you to watch these.
That's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Just. Oh, it's like they have gay episodes, but it's like a lot. Like most of the episodes are just very straight nonsense, and it's really like cringe and uncomfortable in like an actual like the actual like sense of the word. Like, it's kind of like watching a train wreck. It's these videos are addictive. I need you to see one. I can't believe you've managed to avoid this. It's like a sensation. Yeah.
I managed to avoid this because I'm not a freak.
The ritual is finished. Welcome to Feted Temerian Defilement.
I have also avoided this because I'm not a freak.
You're not a freak. I'm a freak. I'm sorry.
Then what the fuck are you doing here?
Well, I'm not a freak in this manner.
What manner are you a freak in? Let's investigate.
Do you have... No, I can't say that. I was about to ask for a phrenology chart, and that's not good.
Yes! Oh, no, that's like... Phrenology is very funny to me.
Well, not the analogy I was thinking of. Do you have a DSM handy?
No. I should get a copy of the DSM.
Oh, interesting. They haven't took me down to half health, I guess? That's fun. That's yummy.
Like the other dungeon did?
Yeah, even though this is a root of the same dungeon. That's very interesting. Unprompted thought there would be more bisexuals in this crazy world. There are, Jessica. There are.
I found the
millions of bisexuals in this world.
Okay. I found the girl who made Bloodborne PSX's Tumblr blog.
Yeah.
And yeah, why is she like obscenely cute?
I like to think of like the funny thing about Lilith is that she's literally a fusion between me and like several people I know, like individually.
Elaborate.
No.
Okay. I love the saying elaborate because you either get the David Lynch funny or like you actually get someone to elaborate. It's
it's good.
It gives people like a good out if they don't want to explain a thing.
Well, no, like there is this very fun intersection between like the styles of some people I know who will just like do way more fanboy fashion and me and like my style of that, and it rules. It's very good.
I gotta do more femboy fashion.
Put on the thigh highs and fishnets now.
I need to get well, it's like it's so obscenely cold here that I can't wear a lot of like.
Oh, big guy! Oh!
I need to dress more like an evil henchman.
Which is why I've been like so happy.
Oh, I got him! Hell yeah! Oh, give me your tummy.
This is an ogre.
It's just a guy. It's just a gentleman.
A gentleman. Gosh, you ever have food that's like so good that like you burp an hour later and you're like, wow, that was some good food. I kind of want to go back and get more of that same food.
Actually, yes, I do have a bit of my leftover dinner over here. I gave myself like my brother and I made a cacio e pepe, this little salad and with a vinaigrette dressing that our grandma taught us. And
that sounds really good.
And some like pre-made sausages. Yeah, like it's very good. We made way too fucking much though, so we each basically made enough food for 4 people. So we're just sitting there.
Wait,
like,
is that?
Yeah.
Is it like a Croatian salad?
I mean the recipe probably not. Funny thing is, a lot of the recipes we learned from our grandma are Italian, because she actually left Croatia when it was Yugoslavia when she was very young, so she spent some time in a no. She was like no, I'm sorry, I was thinking of my aunt. Yeah, she was, she spent some time, like, feeding my aunts, in an Italian refugee camp, actually. So, like, she learned a lot of the recipes there. So, yeah, like, a lot of my cooking is, like, this fun intersection of, like, Mediterranean styles. It's very fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Wait, why did they leave Yugoslavia?
Like, I mean, like, fucking Tito was around, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think that was the Tito era. Yeah, like,
there's this Yugoslavian anarchist who told stories of like Yugoslavia, where like in school they like would make you, they would ask you who you liked more, Marshal Tito or your grandmother, and he would say, I've met my grandmother, I've never met Marshal Tito, and then he would get like hit for it.
Yeah, like there was a lot of that shit. Something like that, like, actually almost happened to my dad. So like, yeah, it was a like not a great era, but like I gotta say,
if you say that on Tumblr, people will come mad at you.
Absolutely, yeah. I know that like the fucking like people who jerk off for fucking. Like,
they're like, see, he wasn't Stalin.
Shut the fuck up, guys.
It wasn't great either. So like, we don't need to do that.
My ideal form of communism is like a state that tells me what to do about it. Like, get out of here, dude.
Well, no, because they imagine you know how like every American is a temporarily embarrassed billionaire.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fucking every like Twitter Stalinist is a temporarily embarrassed, like, commissar or dictator, you know?
Totally,
like, they think that they're going to be the ones in charge. Like, they think that they are going to be...
You think you're going to be, like, the revolutionary icon who leads the people to the communism and is also in power of that communism. Get the fuck out of here. You're not. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So, but, like... What I find really interesting is, so if you talk to like a lot of people from like the older generation about Yugoslavia and about like the Czech Republic, and Czechoslovakia and whatnot, you'll get a lot of like a variety of answers. You get like a lot of people will be like, yeah, there were some problems. There will be some people who were nostalgic for that period. They're like, those people do exist. Like, yeah, there were some things.
Things were going economically well, but like,
there were some things that they preferred about living in that time. You know who you never I found like, you know who you rarely find, well, like people who are like nostalgic about? Romania. No one really wanted to go back.
Nobody liked Ceausescu.
Nobody wanted to go back to Ceausescu.
Like the U.S. support Ceausescu, like at some point.
I want to go back to a guy who forced me to pickaxe my own home and leave to go live in like a fucking apartment.
God,
you don't want to have a fucking television bomb in your house?
The way they treated
I fucking want a television bomb in my house.
The way they treated orphans and disabled people in Ceausescu's Romania is just like absolutely evil.
Chad, if you guys don't know about this is gonna sound okay. So
wait, before you explain what goes on, can I ask you, like, if you've heard about that professor who spoke out against like a lot of like the people in Romania who were like part of like Romania's new regime and were also part of like Ceausescu's regime. He didn't regard it as like much of a change. And then he ended up like assassinated in the bathroom of his like university department.
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. I don't think I knew about this, but that's about right.
Like they came to the U.S. to kill him.
Jesus Christ! Yeah. Oh, by the way, a lot of the death squads that
go ahead.
It was the death squad that Romania had in this period was called the Securitate, which sounds a lot like Securitas, which is like kind of like Portland's kind of private Pinkerton sort of situation. Yeah, Jack, are you familiar with this? Have you heard of Securitas?
I am not. I only remember when we had the Snatch Hands.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, they were just
You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was Securitas, but that was kind of like that. So
No, that was federal agents.
Yeah.
Unidentified federal agents.
So the fun thing about the Securitas, you want to know you want to know where they got most of their funding from outside of Romania. You want to know who funneled money into the Securitas?
Who?
CIA.
So the CIA is usually your first guess. Who's your second guess when this comes up?
Saudi Arabia.
Who's your third?
Fucking John Birch Society or some shit.
No. IKEA.
What?
Son of a bitch.
That's why would you like say that like I like you could have ever guessed that? I'm sorry.
So the reason for
Wait,
this, IKEA
Who's
was
your
giving
second
a lot
guess?
of money to Nicolae Ceausescu because Romania has this these huge forests and like uncut timber that Ceausescu like wasn't interested in harvesting for lumber, and IKEA was. So they gave a bunch of their money to the Ceausescu regime. So they there's evidence that IKEA was very, very aware that their money was gonna go to the death squads.
God, no! I explained the Coca-Cola death squads to somebody yesterday.
Yeah. I'm really shocked you guys didn't say Coke.
I can't say that I
Well, I was thinking state entities, you know.
Yeah, this is more fool me.
Yeah. It's definitely more of like a state power sort of situation. But a lot of capitalists like Ceausescu, including Dick Nixon. So the thing about the babies, Riley mentioned something about how poorly Romania treated its orphans. I'm gonna explain this to you in two parts. And the first part is already gonna make this sound comically insane. The rationing under Ceausescu was so intense that there wasn't enough food to feed an increasingly large population of orphans in Romania. And there's like a whole story about why there's so many orphans in Romania in this period that I'm not gonna get into, but they were running out of food to give these babies, and it's also worth remembering real fast. So you know how who's the first Romanian historical figure you think of?
Son of a bitch, not a single one.
Yeah. Riley, you're right. It's Dracula.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everyone kind of thinks of Dracula first. Ceausescu, one of his things was he was really into revising Dracula as this Romanian hero and putting himself in dialogue with Dracula, being like, I too am a defender of the people.
This guy wanted to be fucking Vlad the Impaler?
He wants to be Vlad Dracula, baby. So
great.
That is so what?
It's very funny. And I will say, Dracula at least did actually keep Romania from being subjugated by the Ottoman Empire. He did also burn a church or two filled with innocent farmers. That also happened.
As one does.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah. So
Have you ever heard,
keep that in your mind when I tell you the rest of this. So, you want to know what they're giving these babies? How they're giving these orphans nutrients because there's not enough food for them?
Is this some sort of modest proposal situation?
Are they feeding them blood?
They're feeding them blood. Now,
Good.
that's insane. That sounds like I'm making it up, right? That's
human
evil.
blood, not like cow blood or something, right?
Yeah, human blood. Now, that's already comically evil, right?
Uh-huh.
Now,
what?
Now that's part one of this. Part two. This was happening during the AIDS crisis.
No. Oh no.
Because there wasn't enough food for their orphans, Ceausescu fed Romanian babies AIDS blood.
Great.
That is comically evil. There's nothing you can do to that besides laugh. It's so tragic and bad. Like, oh
It's
my
just-
god.
What the fuck? Like, yeah. There's what else is there?
So,
What
like-
other depths of fucking evil could we fucking find? It's just
a lighter aside is like during the AIDS crisis, so part of like Thelema, there's like rituals that involve eating blood and or other bodily fluids. And the OTO like changed that because you can't just have people eating blood during the AIDS crisis.
Yes.
People to this day I know are still mad about this. Like, even though like they can easily do these rituals at home, they want there to be like public, like open to the public rituals where people eat blood and or other bodily fluids.
As the Lamanites are known for, yes.
Yeah.
You've talked about this, right? You've talked about this.
They think that it's like actually sacrilege, that this isn't like a thing they give to everybody at their like public church service, basically. And I don't know how to explain to them that like this is a disease that is bad and we don't want it to come back again.
Yeah, no. It would be very cool if
there's no vaccine.
Swaths of people didn't get HIV by consuming human blood again.
You don't want to pay for PrEP like
a second time.
Sometimes PrEP can be a lot of money, like depending on where you are and what your like insurance situation is.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating because I'm sorry, I'm like on this Ceausescu info dump now because like
I'm all yours.
There's this fun little period where so I mentioned that a lot of capitalists like him. Like a lot of people for years thought he was like a lot of like Western nations, a lot of U.S. presidents, including Nixon and Reagan, both considered like were on paper quoted calling Ceausescu the good communist. Like he was the one that like everyone liked. And like it was even to the point where when Nixon was elected, Ceausescu convinced Richard Nixon to give Romania most favored nation trading status, which is huge. No other fucking communist nation ever got that in this period. So yeah, like I didn't mean to do that. Part of that is now part of that is because there was this time where the Soviet Union was going to invade Czechoslovakia for reasons I'm not going to get into, and like most satellite states of the Soviet Union are like kind of pressured to like back the invasion because they're like because they want to continue receiving support from the Soviet Union. Ceausescu decides not to, and this pisses off the Soviet Union, makes America very happy, and he has this speech on this balcony where he declares to the people of Romania and to the Soviet Union we as a socialist state should not be beholden to one greater satellite state. We should be allowed to experiment with this new form of government and society and create our own policies without being beholden to you for aid. And this is very, very popular. Like, this gives, like, do you guys have any problems with this idea? Like, you guys, like...
This on paper sounds really good.
Yeah, like, this is okay. Like, no notes about that. This makes a lot of Romanians very happy. It gets the Soviet Union to kind of back off because like, even they're like, well, shit, like, we kind of look bad if we spoke out against this. Yeah, it's like it gives a lot of people some hope that it's like, but maybe this Ceausescu guy's all right. His foreign policy decisions are like.
So was he like kind of part of the non-aligned like socialists for a while?
Yeah. That was kind of like his whole
thing.
Like
in with Albania and stuff.
I think he was, yeah, and like that's kind of consistent. He was very, very good with He made some pretty solid foreign policy decisions for Romania. Not great domestic stuff, as I just talked about. But like, no, he knew how to like. He was very good at like kissing up to the U.S. and like getting aid from other people, and like made very solid decisions on foreign policy. And like early on in his during his tenure, this was like good news. However, and like this is like this famous moment, like he has a speech on this balcony, and it's like this high point of his time ruling Romania. Now, years later, after all of his domestic failures kind of catch up, he tries to, he's having to suppress the people a bit more. He's having to, get some folks to shoot some people, and he needs to kind of relive his hits. So he stages another balcony speech after all these domestic failures catch up to him, and there is this point, you can watch footage of this, where in the middle of giving this speech, he's faced with the fact that he's staring down this crowd of Romanians who do not care for anything he has to say and start booing him. And he like stutters and like he cuts off his speech, and he just doesn't know how to talk anymore, because you can see on his face, hey, he realizes, I've lost control of my people. That's
interesting. I'd like to
fascinating. Like this, it's another one of those things where it's like, this is incredible TV. Like this, it's like almost poetic.
I had an English class.
Like feeding the babies AIDS blood, like this balcony speech parallel, the most poetic thing about his death was it happened on Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, he gets executed on fucking Christmas. He and his wife.
Wait, he got executed. Can you explain?
So, he's fleeing the fucking palace that he spends a bunch of Romania's money on building after the speech, and like when riots start breaking out. And this guy who's flying the helicopter is like, oh shit, I don't really want to be next to Nicolae Ceausescu right now. And he's like, I'll just drop you guys off. Oh, the helicopter's running out of fuel. Hopefully I'll be near a military base. I'll pick up later. Bye. Ditches them. And they end up at this military base with a bunch of generals, and they're just like, you're being put into custody. And they have a show trial, and they they execute him. And it's worth noting, a lot of the he gets killed by his own generals, his own officials. These guys aren't like revolutionaries. These aren't like people who are like trying to return to a better form of government. These are all people who have been implicated in Ceausescu's crimes, who don't also want to be executed by a mob. So they're doing they're just like getting the hard part out of the way. But if you find this death cathartic, which I do, then like I'm not really going to criticize them.
I had an English class in which one of those facts don't care about your feelings guys was one of my was in the class also.
Delicious.
And we each had to pick a book to write about. We just had to and he decides that one of Ben Shapiro's books is really going to be there, which I don't know why my professor let him do that. Like, why she let him just straight up write about a book about lies when he wasn't going to question any of the lies.
I love that. I love when that happens.
I don't think
which is interesting.
Knew.
Because no, you had to tell her. Because I loved her, actually.
No, who Ben Shapiro is.
No, she was easily probably not even 40.
She was.
No, she knew who Ben Shapiro was.
Sometimes people don't.
You kind of absolutely adored her. But also, you had to run your selection by her. To be like, here's what I'm. And this fucking guy, his family was Russian and had fled communism. So on the one hand, I understand a certain reluctance to, a certain opposition to communism.
My most reliable source on what the Soviet Union was like isn't going to come from people who fled it, though. I'll be real.
Yes. Okay. And also, this fucking guy. No. This fucking guy came to the conclusion that actually communism, not state communism or Russia or the Soviet Union, but communism is a more evil ideology than Nazism because more people die.
Oh, so he's just stupid.
Well, let's I mean, let's talk about how many years Hitler was in power versus how many years the Soviet Union existed.
And also, let's just talk about on a purely ideal. Again, this guy thinks that communism is ideologically more evil. Which again, like, I understand why you would hate communism coming from a family of Russians who fled the Soviet Union. Like, yes, your good reliable information is not typically going to come from that, but I get why you're like this. But the genocide is not like a fundamental tenet of communism. That's not like what it's for.
No, but like, and also neither are the things like now believed about crop rotation. Like, this isn't a product of communism necessarily. Like, there were other parts of their ideologies that led to that shit, you know.
I wonder what this guy would say about like the crimes of the British Raj or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At the time,
like, is that just that's somehow not like indicative of, a problem with like monarchy or capitalism?
It probably doesn't consider them products of capitalism necessarily. Like, people who think this way don't really give much of a thought for like Western states being in other places, because in their brains that's exactly where they should be.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing necessarily very, very wrong with that.
Yeah, this guy would probably be like, well, actually, it would have been worse if the Brits hadn't been there to help them,
Totally, absolutely.
Yeah, very much.
That's the fucking way you justify, like, having colonial possessions. It's like, oh, would have been better off.
Stupid.
Havoc says farming is a worse practice than eugenics because more people have died in civilizations that had farming than in civilizations that have eugenics. Jerk-off motions break my wrist from its intensity.
It's that
Solomon's Law bullshit that just.
This is like why I tag my streams with politics, is just because like we don't usually. I just lost 140,000 souls.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna cut things off here. Actually, I am getting a little bit tired. I know it's a little early for me, guys, but like. The content isn't great today. I'm very sorry to say. I want to like spend a little bit of time doing these dungeons in my off time so I can get through this fucking amygdala guy and give you guys the last boss of these dungeons for good. So I'm going to tab over to Facecam real fast, see if I can find somebody to go raid. Let's see who's up right now. Hopefully Kate.
Click like.
Oh, you guys are still hearing Blood Bowl voices, that's right. Negatron's up with Hades right now, that might be good. Let's see. Sailor X Garnet. Let me go raid Sailor X Garnet real fast. She's up with some Power Wash Simulator right now. She's a friend of Spitzy's, and I want to go give her some love too. Let me do this. Beep, beep. Let's see. Let's see, what should the raid message be? Let's see. Oh yeah, you don't like Moki?
Moki?
Monkey?
Monkey.
Yeah, this is your raid message right here. Copy and paste that right now. Get ready to spam that shit in this new person's chat. Let me hit the raid timer. Beep beep. Doing Power Wash, spread some love, and whatnot. So, next stream is going to be tomorrow, most likely. Going to be more Bloodborne to finish out the week. Might be one on Saturday also. I don't really know yet. I think I have some things going on, but I'd like to squeeze one in because I skipped a Sunday. I don't really have anything else new to announce. I really want to get this thing done. Subs, keep your eyes out for the poll for next week, for the stream game next week. Gonna take a little
what should Doms do?
Yeah, gonna take a little bit of a break from Bloodborne, and as always, see you guys over on the Discord server, see you guys on Tumblr, and see you guys next stream. Bye everybody.
Bye.
And that is the end.